It feels like the ProQuo Show. It kind of feels like the ProQuo Show. Is that what it's feeling like?
That's what it feels like, bro.
Yeah.
I think it is feeling like the ProQuo Show. It looks like there's somebody else here in the ProQuo Show. Yeah, actually, I'm seeing somebody. It's kind of like the Brady Bunch, but like the Brady half or the Brady. Was it 9 people? Yeah, the Brady third, right? So, yeah, man, we got our man Koki-Man up in the house. We gonna get him up here in a bit. We just want to warm you up to the idea that you got to be paying attention because we got the man, the myth, the legend, Koki-Man, and but before we talk too much about Koki-Man, because we gotta let that simmer. We don't want people to really simmer right off the bat know about Koki-Man, right? Because that's just gonna be like it's like Christmas and giving out your gifts on the 23rd or something like that. You know what I mean? So we it's the 23rd. You know, actually it's the 4th. Happy 4th. Happy Jay-Z's birthday. Hey, you know it's Jay-Z's birthday, man?
Yeah, Kanye ain't getting into that chat.
Yeah, man. But did you know this? Did you know it's Master Ace's birthday?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, not. Man. Going back on him. Going back to Master Ace. So I was gonna see if I can magically knock on the door one more time, but sort of unknock on the door and send Koki-Man back to the green room just a bit. We want to let people know he's here, but we're gonna send him back to the green room. So I'm gonna see if I can try to do
without a tease, man. What's life without
that's a tease right there, man. But if y'all aren't familiar about Koki-Man, man, you're about to get familiar soon. So we're gonna disappear him, all right? So we're gonna go reverse knock on the door. All right, ready? Oh, and Koki-Man is gone. All right, I like it. So yeah, so we got our man Koki-Man up in the piece, and if you were lucky enough to tune in early, you might see Koki-Man. And when I emphasize mom, man, you're gonna be emphasizing too, because that cat and I, we go way back. So I'm excited to have him up here. He really transforms. We let it in behind the scenes a little bit. We actually didn't really even want to have him right there yet. But since we were, kind of trying to let the people get into this whole reality thing, you got a little sneak peek and you got a little bit of a taste of Koki-Man. But how you doing, Jay?
I'm doing fantastic, my dude. Another great day. We got Koki-Man. We got another special guest as well. One of the Morrill models, Kath Morrill.
Morrill. So is there a tribe of Morrill models, or how many?
There's a tribe. I would say that there's a tribe of them. They're all dangerous.
Did not know that. But now I do. I'm gonna have to. So yeah. So when she comes up, that will be at Catherine Morrill. So check her out. She'll be up here soon.
That's our IG. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of IG, speaking of OG Jay Cruz, and I gotta Jay Cruz. Speaking of OG, you talked about the day, man, but how was the week? I mean, people haven't seen probably you, except your close friends and fam, in a week, man. How did this week fit into the world for you, man? Were you vibing with it, or are we getting to where we need to be?
Yeah, I mean, man. I think if anything, one of the most important things is to get your paper up. Especially during the holiday seasons and during these tough times. So, but one lesson that my pops taught me was that it takes money to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are an independent artist and you are just like barely doing nothing with your financial situation, you're going to learn a lot, especially with today's guest. You know what I mean? Because he's a great example of what to do. But you need to get your bread up and do it legit so that you can have money to invest in yourself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It takes money to get these beats sometimes. It takes money to get these engineers to work for you. It takes this money to get the mic set up. So if you are
It do. Yeah. I'm sorry.
My week though, it was great. I did a lot of work, and then I picked up the pen about 4 or 5 times, wrote 3
on Monday
verses, I think.
On Monday. It probably was. For folks who don't know how Jay Cruz gets down, it is a one-day affair usually to have about
you definitely
4
might
tracks.
Be right on that, because you got 2 verses, I think, that night. I was like, bro, check this beat.
Yeah, I know. I was all excited. I had one for you, and you were like, yeah, I got these 2. Like, man, I still, you know what? For the last 3 days, it's been like I've been trying to arrange my days so that I'll have just enough time so I can sit down for like a half hour and fiddle with that one verse we were talking about for that other track. And I was like, I just haven't found that half hour, man. It's been crazy. So in my head, I say this to MCs all the time. I'm like, in your head, you got to be still walking around thinking, like in that mode. Like I'm still in the mode of that verse, you know. So I thought of a couple words, a couple things, and then I get excited again, like the kid on Christmas kind of metaphor. I get real excited. To find the time to get there. And that's how you know, people will say, yo, you've been doing this so long, man. How do you stay excited about it? I am like a little kid. I can't wait to write, or I can't wait to get in my car and hear the next track or hear the next instrumental, whatever. I'm eternally excited by it. And I'm excited when I hear dopeness. And so again, shout out to Master Ace. Speaking of dope MCs, and shout out to Jay Cruz, man.
Definitely.
Always
and Jay-Z, Jay-Z too.
Oh, Jay-Z, no doubt. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He doesn't need our congratulations anymore. You know what I mean? He's ascended past that. But yeah,
I think so.
But yo, they're both past the half-century mark, and they deserve it. Yo, you let them know what's up with the ProQuo album, man.
Yo, my people. So I mean, look, you know, I go by Jay Cruz for sure, but when I'm with Pro helps me see that superheroism. Okay, and I go to quote Kane, aka quote, and from that we got the quote Kane and the ProQuo Show and the whole mix. And yo, we're gonna have like 20. I would say at the end of this whole thing, we'll do 20 records. And from that 20, we'll get selected. But look, it's gonna be.
Yo, let's give him a piece. Let's give him a little piece of that instant brotherhood. Can I give him a little piece of that? Of course you can do that. That's what we do here. Let me see if I got that. I'm talking about it like I have it right here at my fingertips, but it should be in here. Let's see.
That's what we need.
I hope I hit the audio.
No, you're doing great, bro. You're doing
great. Let me know if you hear some audio and then mute that mic. All right. Let me know. That was a no?
Yeah, I hear it, but it's like sounds like it's coming in a weird way.
I'll turn it up in a sec. Let me get back to that. Hold on. I'm gonna get that mute action going, and then I'll get that up in there in a second. I'll get that up. So, but we can't tease them and then not play it. So let me turn this up just a little bit. Turn this up. Yeah, see, that's the problem. This isn't up on maximum affair. All right, let's go with this. Give them a little of that instant brotherhood. And one more time. I'm gonna double check. You know, I'm still the rookie over here at the new digs, you know, as we say. Oh, I'm coming in hot. Woo! I'm still.
That's right, Angela. I've heard that multiple times. I gotta start throwing those little tiny
Hiphopcitizen
things, you know, like another one, and just do a little montage with it or something.
All right, here we go.
Khaled, man.
You hear that, right?
What's up?
What it is.
Instant brotherhood.
You already know.
People stop believing in that kind of thing, though. You know what I mean?
True indeed.
You create your own fate, see. Remind myself I'm only good as what my tapes be. Been rhyming over rhythms for a while, it's one take beat. Dialing up the FaceTime, the purest MC. Grinding over here, surviving presidency. Lifestyle changes off of things we can't see. You all covered up, I'm unclothed, all free. Now I wanna come and lead my sons the energy. Physical flaws testify the best breed. Intervals pause, time to keep it OG. My essence too deep, no sleep, too identical. Forgot unique, lost sight of the general. You hear crews and go to church all week. Rain fire over each one of these beats, no cheat. Hip hop election here. Pro told me that my lyrics like the best of years. Say cheers.
Yeah, that's my brother though. True fam, same vibe, different mother though. Sick for years, no tears, never suffered though immunity. Split from the herd, we the buffalo. Y'all haven't heard, take the word, but the slumber though, once Dr. and peace come together, Mark Ruffalo.
I think that's enough. We don't want to spoil them.
It's unfortunate because Pro, just so you know, I gotta let you know, we got about 8 inches of snow coming tomorrow.
What?
And I'm not looking for. Yeah, exactly. And it's gonna happen in like 4 hours. So
I thought you were gonna tell me something. I thought you were about to say I gotta let him know something about that track. Like I was like, oh man, don't tell me like, you know, you mistakenly realized you already used the beat on another one. I thought you were gonna hit me with like a true storm, but you were just telling me about your Boston weather. I'm good with that, man. Yo, did you hear that last line right there? Did you hear that last line?
I'm having technical difficulties right now. I didn't hear anything you said.
No, I'm talking about on the track. I'm saying on the when we're playing that track back. Mm-hmm. Did you hear that last line I stopped it on? It said when Doctor and the Beast come together.
Well, the reason why I brought up the 8 inches of snow is because my Wi-Fi is so bad.
Oh, dog.
when you were playing it, I was just hearing I didn't hear anything. I heard like a little bit, but
I hope it was just you. I heard it. I heard it playing.
No, it definitely was. It's my Wi-Fi because everybody else confirmed.
Man, you got, like you said, man, you got to get that cash up. You got to get that cash.
I got to get that.
Somebody cash app J Cruz. Somebody cash app J Cruz right now. What's the cash app J Cruz?
I think it's official J Cruz. It's got a picture of me. You can't miss it.
Yeah. See, whatever you say, you think that means it has not been hit up enough. So we got to commit that to memory, right?
You got to get it right there.
Cash app is no use if it's just a theoretical cash app. It's not called theoretical cash app, right?
And you know what's
PayPal. It's like it better be a pal of yours that you're paying.
Well, it don't have cash app. Yeah. Speaking of cash app, bro, I had the most unofficial sponsorship of the female hydro flask.
Oh, what is that?
That's a hydro flask right there. You see that? Let me see it go.
Oh yeah. Okay, all right. That's unofficial. That's unofficial all day. Yeah, I was gonna keep it unofficial because I really wanted, there's an unofficial sponsor that I really wanted to talk more about too, and it is Purell, because it's funny how these things would instantly be discarded, but every one of us had that aunt or that neighbor that had a big bag of these all the time, right? It's like, that they still have them big ass bags of Purell somewhere, right? And it's in their cupboard, and it's like, that's valuable stash right now.
Yo, my girl got game on that. I be opening up the glove, and I'm like,
yeah. And
stashes everywhere.
People were running through the house, but where did I have that extra bucket of Clorox? You know what I mean? It's like, you had that bucket somewhere. It's probably in the garage. If you got a garage, it's probably in the garage. If you got an attic, it's probably in the attic. I'm pointing here to my slanted ceiling because where I'm up on the top floor. By the way, anybody who has a slanted ceiling in the top floor, their wife runs the show. You know what I mean? I just want to throw that out there. If you see your boy in a slanted ceiling, right, that's because their wife runs the show, right? And it's their wife always runs the show. That's what wife inherently means.
It's a good thing.
You never see women doing these in a slanted ceiling, right? It's never happening. I should be saying this way to
just
keep
like
it
the walk-in closet. You know what I mean? The walk-in
absolutely,
closet.
Man. Absolutely.
To play off of that, one other thing that's very difficult to get at the stores right now.
Oh yeah,
Poland Springs.
It's back again, man. It's tough. It's not. What's more difficult. And I unofficially sponsor this every week, and I really should be the poster boy, and I'm not proud of it. But the caffeine-free Diet Coke unofficial sponsor. And by the way, Don Juan, shout out on the timing on the unofficial sponsors. By the way, that's real lovely how you have that coming up, right? But the Diet Coke unofficial sponsorship, it could be official. Diet Coke, if you're listening, it could be official. But I want you to notice that it's not just Diet Coke. The gold and red reverse job right there, that's the caffeine-free. And if you want to try to find caffeine-free in your local bodega, it ain't happening, right? It is not happening in your local Food Mart, your Food Lion, your Food whatever. If it's got food in the first name, that means they really don't have there's no caffeine free, right? There's no low grasa. It's not happening. There's no low fat in the hood. You know what I mean? And not that caffeine free Diet Coke is healthy by any stretch of the imagination. It just might save you a pound or two here and there. It might get you in the grave quicker, but it might save you a pound or two. But those pounds are precious right now. I got the 15. We're gonna the COVID. They say the freshman, right? They say the freshman 5 or the, what I mean, or whatever. Like it's that you gain the COVID. What what begins with C? That's appropriate. Like I've gained the COVID metric. I mean the COVID cubic ton.
Oh no!
It's bad, man.
Bad Coke, cut the check.
Look at this. Check this out. This is a picture of my wife and I, right? Now, I want you to notice this is Love Jones and Lyrical. Now, Lyrical looks a lot more, I mean, you can see behind us, there's Lyrical and Love Jones up there too. But I want you to notice Lyrical's face, right? Lyrical's face has not been that oval since March. All right. Lyrical's gone very circular, like the circle that you see in there, like Olivia Pope's, right? Like I'm telling you, like that circle is where I'm starting to come into play. And I want you to notice the date. See, the date is 2010, right? I know it's backwards, but Ken did that, shout out to Ken. That was before we got married. I actually found this organized in the garage the other day. Not the garage. I keep saying garage. The basement crawl thing or whatever.
There's nothing like having some fine art, bro.
Dog.
It really ain't.
I mean, if that's fine art.
I saw that on the thing too. Shout out to Jack Dapper. Want to definitely hear about you, man. I saw that on the little comment there. I love hearing new independent artists, especially when you got someone shouting you out as like one of the nicest. So That's what
and just and shout out to the Olivia Pope. Like Olivia Pope, that can't be your real name, right? I'm assuming there's a little scandal going on there, right? With that, but I'm not sure. But yeah.
But yo, who we got in the backdrop right now, waiting to come in? This great, marvelous man.
So let me just talk just a little bit about him if I can, right? So there's his brother by the name of Koki, right? And I don't want to give away Koki. I mean, we talk about this quite a lot. We will get into his heritage and his background, whatever. But so in terms of like, you ever seen that artist who you see them on stage, you don't necessarily know who they are, but you're like, who was that? And everyone in the room is like, yo, that was the attention grabber, right? Mm-hmm. This cat, Koki-Man, right, is that attention grabber. Like if he's doing a show, all eyes are going to stop and watch him. And it's not like he's a gigantic man for you to stop and see, right? It's not like he's filling up the stage like he, he's like Shaq up there. This is a modest dude, right? This dude gets on the stage, all you see is Koki-Man. It's like the whole stage, it just eliminates. It's just like your eyes are on Koki-Man. So I had the good fortune.
Green. He turns green.
Oh my goodness.
He turns green.
I had the good fortune with this cat, right? And back when I was doing my Infinity album, I got to have him on a couple tracks on the album. And these tracks on the album are among my favorite tracks on the album. They weren't like the main singles or anything that we did, but we did a skit around the whole album. This isn't really in the skit days, right? In the mid 2000s. And so one of these tracks I did was called Baby. And on Baby, what we did was, to get into what he does to this track, right? On Baby, it's this kind of smooth joint. And he comes in and he does this. I can't even say what he does. It's just like he just electrifies the track. Now I'm talking like to a woman or whatever, and this is before I was married and all this kind of stuff. And it was a little bit of fantasy, I should say, in terms of the rhyme or whatever. And then this other track, To Ghetto Intellectual, it's the same deal. He gets on this track and just electrifies it with this dancehall vibe, right? And so there you have it. He's a dancehall artist, a reggae artist first and foremost. He's like true to the culture. This dude, when you hear him on a track, you're like, oh, that dude must be like, that's going to cost me 15 stacks if I want to bring him to a show or something like that. You're just going to assume he's legendary in terms of name recognition. And much like yourself, he is the talent levels here, like where you can't see my hand, and the name recognition might be down here, And so what gets me so excited is giving us the chance to, highlight these kind of artists whenever we can, who are also just great people. So Koki is a great stand-up dude. He's an amazing performer.
That's the number one thing, by the way, all the people, good people. That's all we mess with, good people.
Yeah, and I mean to that point, man, it's a lot like you. It's just like, you hear this cat, you hear the talent level, then you talk to them for 5 to 10 minutes and you're like, yo, there's something special about this person, like just in terms of like who they are as a person, right? And
Speaking
then
of special,
pulls you in.
Let me give my special request for Koki is going to be for him to have hijack on Sim Sema and hit me with the vocals on that. Just do a remix to it.
Yeah,
version.
We were just talking about collabs and stuff, and by the way, and Koki was like, yo, like, let's talk on the collab stuff. And we were saying back and forth. I'm like, yo, we got this ProQuo project coming, and happy to bless that cat the way he blessed me, man.
Passing out the records, definitely.
Yo, so let me just take it right back to a little bit to properly situate this cat, right? So we did a bunch of shows like when I was doing the album back in like the mid 2000s for this album, right? And I hadn't heard of Koki like that. I think he was at a studio. I was living downtown Lowell at Mass Mills, and it was a studio right across the street. Really like probably a quarter of a mile, really, from the time I walk out from my place, right on the river. And this dude had recorded there with another cat, and he just like left in a whirlwind. And I heard him out my, back of my side of my ear while I was having this deep conversation about my album project, and people like, yo, you need to record here, do all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I'm, in my own city, coming out with my own stuff, and I'm too focused on myself. And I'm talking about the plans we're going to do, release plans. This might have been like 03, 04 at that time, right? Maybe the beginning of 05. Yeah, I'm holding it. And the door opened, and I was like, who was that? And they were like, oh, yo, that's Koki-Man, man. I was like, who? They're like, Koki-Man. So I wasn't hip because he was living like at the time he was like up in Lawrence, and then later up in Manchester, whatever. And Lawrence and Lowell, they're real close to each other, but you don't necessarily hear the people on the grind until you have a chance to come and meet them. Because also this was kind of like sort of right at the cusp of like the Twitter, Facebook, YouTube thing. You pretty much had to meet somebody still in the mid 2000s, So I hear this dude, and I was like, oh my gosh, this dude is a monster. Like, I gotta find more out about this cat. But we didn't really connect at that moment or whatever. And it was later I got up with him. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, I don't even collab with people like that. Like, the people on my album at that time was like this girl I've known for a long time. She was singing, rapping, you know, we're great friends to this day, whatever, you know, someone I know personally. My group was on the tracks, you know, other dudes from Lowell that I grew up with, my homie Fee, you know, from X. It was like that. It was like all tight, right? But Koki-Man was the person I really didn't know like that. But I talked to this dude like 4 or 5 times before we set to make out this record. And I was just like, yo, I feel like I've known this dude for years. You know what I mean? And just like that kind of person who's just insane talent level. And so I'm excited to bring him up. Can I give you a sneak peek of one of the songs? Well, not a sneak peek, a back peek. We'll give you a throwback. Give you I guess a mute the mic moment.
I think that's necessary. Yes.
Play a little bit of Baby, and shout out to my man DJ Jamiz too, who did he was at WMBR in MIT, where, you know, I met him just coming through to do interviews before whatever, and we became great friends. He's one of my best friends to this day. DJ'd my wedding, was best man, and all that. I have 3 best men, but he, you know, he's like that with me. He's my ace, right? And so he said, yo, when he heard Baby, he was like, dude, what can I do to help with that record? Like, I want to break that on the radio. I said, I'll one better that. We'll come through your radio station, record everything like we are going live, but just don't go live with it, and save it, and we'll throw that on the record because it's going to fit in this concept, and I want you to kind of break it this way. And that's what we did. And it's so dope how, you know, we're just driving in the Infinity, kind of stopping, hitting up my friends, hitting up people. We hit up G-Spin, we hit up DJ Kerosene, you know, who worked with Nick Grant these days, whatever. And so we're just, you know, just hitting people we know and trying to hit them behind the scenes. And the Koki-Man track is the track that grabbed him out of all the tracks that were on there. So shout out to Jamiz, and that's enough wetting the taste buds. Let's get into it here. See if I can find it for you.
Like I said, he turns green.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, living. I got Koki-Man up on this track. Nighter, work it out.
Baby, me want you in my arms. Talk reminisce and me apply the little charm. Baby, me want you in my arms. Connection is the key and chemistry is the bomb. No, man. Let me talk to the girl there. Your mental and physical attraction of the
Yo, I think she wants me.
Look at the girl there.
Okay.
Talk to she.
Hello, miss, you's a model in that dress. Oh, me, I'm just your model for success. No stress, just forget your troubles. And let me fill your glass up with something that bubbles. I will fluff your pillows, put them under your back. You've been working all week, now you deserve to relax. In fact, your back sore, I will work your paws with imported oils off the Azores shore. Sure, Portia, si tu quieres este sábado, I'm bringing them all to Goya for you while you cook the platino. Beans and rice make your jeans look nice. Thank your mom for me, mom, cause your jeans are nice. So tight, I might have to respond and hit you off twice with a light massage. 3 times dope, we can make it a 12. Now from a friend if you want, cause I'm down from the notch, my dog.
Me want you in my arms. Talk reminisce and me apply the little charm. Me want you in my arms. Connection is the key and chemistry is the bomb. Me want you in my arms. Feel apply the pressure, make your body real warm. Me want you in my arms. Skin to skin, loving from the beard to the down.
I'm draping you more, lace you any fragrance you want. Cap you order Estee Lauder or a day at the spa. Now maybe it's all shopping for your favorite bra. With the man you hardly know, but I feel later on we can get to know each other. Maybe show each other secrets from Victoria's while we won't relate the covers. Not even lovers yet, like we above the sex. Even though people know we gon' love the sex. Not gon' rest till after we cook breakfast. Eggs light and fluffy, getting comfy on the mattress. Chillin' there, we lounging like millionaires. Gotta help with this wealth with no one to share. Yeah, you don't have to move flow, Joe. We don't have to rush love, nah, move slow-mo. And we can both go a comfortable pace until we meet again up in a comfortable place.
Me want you in my arms. Talk reminisce and me apply the little charm. Me want you in my arms. Connection is the key and chemistry is the bomb. Me want you in my arms. Me apply the pressure, make your body real warm. Me want you in my arms. Skin to skin up and fall the day to the dark.
Hey, yo, Koki. She brought it from man. What's your out of it, shorty?
Lord God, now watch this now. When me look upon your face, I miss sight your round face.
What?
You have the Koki-Man in a heart of fire days. Slow romance, caress, nice off the pace. Gentle for the wild, but now it's speed up the pace. Apply the spice like a pepper in a plate. She will like the taste. Who the kind of she knows me take all up the right place. You don't make no mistake. Like bad round the swing, me I hit the first base. She apply the treble and make it shake good bass. Like me have a little swing, she have a little dance. Wine with a wine up on me rider in a France. Me have a color shirt and she tear off me pants. Keep him and me have a way me share one. Me walk y'all in a Haiti and me walk them in a France. Baby, me want you in my arms. Talk reminisce and me apply the little charm. Baby, me want you in my arms.
I'm saying.
Woo! Coco went calyptic crazy.
Yeah.
Lyrical. He went with that fine wine luxury rap.
Yeah.
Damn. That was beautiful.
I did. I was trying to keep it kind of moderate. And, and then Koki comes on. It's like, bazam! It's like, yo, crazy. Did you hear? I had to let it go the whole way to hear his solo at the end, man. It was just crazy. His 16 at the end was insane. So that's Koki-Man.
Bodied it.
Yeah,
bring
man.
the boy on.
Yo, let's knock and see if we can get him in, man, and bring Koki-Man in, right? So bang, bang. It worked. This is the ProQuo Show again. Oh,
here we go.
What up, Koki?
Yeah, lyrical wagwan, my brethren.
My bro, man.
Hey, cool, wagwan.
So good to see you.
I see the two hydrant them.
My goodness, man. My goodness.
You look nice, man. You look healthy. You look strong.
It's fat, man. But I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I got my Darth Vader glow in the dark shirt up. What I'm trying to do is to just distract you with the lights and you know what I'm saying. What my wife makes wreaths back here, comfy, cozy. We are, by the way, NJ Wreath Designs, not an official sponsor because she's very official. That's official right there, right? But speaking of official, man, we got Koki-Man in the house, and we super excited, man, to have you here, and we want to let people know what you up to because it's been a grip for us personally. And this COVID isn't making it any easier, but let the people know what you up to and what's the newest from Koki-Man, or when we gonna see the newest from Koki-Man?
Right now. All digital platform. Crumb Snatcher, big up Crumb Snatcher. I have a big, massive collaboration with Crumb Snatcher right now.
Nope.
Judah the Prince, big up yourself. You don't know. Mind Power Entertainment, big up yourself. You don't know. Yo, me must big up the producer, Praz. It's called You Can't Take Eye Power. Can't Take Eye Power. It's about touching of your most inner conscious vibes with you and the Most High, right?
So kind of like Baby, but
this time,
with the Most High.
This time, you're not trying to get the woman them. You already have her, but now she's trying to take your powers away, and you say, "Nah, woman, watch her. You look good, you look crisp, but me focus. I dealing with powers. You can't take my powers." So,
Yeah, so blind over here.
Yeah, so it's dealing with the royal empress, the queen, a queen that don't take away your power, but add on to the power, apply more power, because a king can't reign without the queen, and the queen can't reign without the king. So when you're dealing with the two of them, it's on a ital level, natural, right? So you can't take I power, and me can't take she power. She powerful, I powerful. So watch out, you can't take my power.
I feel that.
Yo, the worst thing you can have is a queen, because they ain't a queen actually, the woman that just tears you down, pulls you down, and they become an anchor, right?
Yes.
But when you find that one that lifts you up, rubs you on your back and tells you, baby, it'll be okay. That's that the man line. Come on now.
You must keep her. She's a keeper.
Well, I know you a family man, so we go back. But I actually want to ask you this because I wasn't clear on it. I think you said that's featuring you on Crumb's material, or is that vice versa?
This is Crumb Snatcher's album. Yeah, man.
All right, dope.
The man blessed me up. This is his album, his
Crumb
single.
coming out with a whole new album then.
A whole new album. Me want big him up in all aspect. And
shout out to Crumb, man. Shout out to him. Legend.
I grew up to
Shout out to Pizzazz, Pothole City. Shout out to Justice, man, from Stainless Entertainment, and also the man dealing with Mind Power Entertainment. But big up Tenira Music. That is Koki-Man Deso. Wow. Tenira Music. Because all of the vocals was done in Tenira Studio. The production was done out of where the man said Bronx. And Crumb Snatcher is Depan where I'm Depan. You understand? So all of we linked together like a good collaboration. And you see now Crumb Snatcher coming with a hip-hop reggae album.
Yeah.
When you say reggae, you can't have a hip-hop reggae album without Koki-Man Depan it.
Dope, man. I heard Crumb. Shout out to Crumb. Shout out to Bricks. Shout out to Term. Bricks, Crumb, and Term. They all did an interview I was watching. Bricks hit me with the link, and she was up there, where they're talking about the history or whatever. And I heard Crumb say he was doing an album, a reggae album, and I was like, okay. I wonder if he's gonna be doing it. Is he gonna be having the guests do it? And then now it's all making sense. So is it a bunch of guests similar to yourselves that are like dancehall influence, reggae influence?
I don't want to spoil any alerts. I know he's doing a massive big work promoting it. I will talk about the collabo that I am Depan, because it's up to Crumb Snatcher, Judah the Prince, big up yourself, to talk about it because it's his project. So absolutely. I don't want to do no spoiler alerts.
Okay, all right. Still under wraps then. I got you.
Yes. But
how about dates? We got a date on that or approximation, or is that under wraps?
Project. It's not
okay. All right. We gotta ask. You know what I mean? We gotta ask.
You're putting me in the hot seat, my brother.
Yeah, man. Hey, you want to come up here, man? We can't throw you all softballs, man.
That's my brother Crumb Snatcher. I've known him from back in the playground.
And that was my next question. I was gonna say, you've known Crumb then for a long time. This isn't off some new stuff.
Watch out, from 19 long. When we said 19 long, we're talking about 1995. You understand?
Yeah, man. That's about when I met Crumb.
Koki, shout out to Playground Records, my dude.
Yes.
Yeah, Playground. Yeah.
I work closely with Mankind, Lenny Thompson, the owner of that shop. Remember Lenny?
Come on, man. Lenny, wait right now. Umoja, big up Umoja, man.
Yeah, come on, man. Audio Mercy, shout out.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I wouldn't be right when you mentioning Crumb and going back to the 95 if it wouldn't be a shout out to Pace, Low back in the day, MIA Records, all them. I mean, they were messing with Crumb heavy at that time, and Fee and I had we're in the mix of we were recording in New York with Ski at the time when he was doing the Rockefeller stuff, and he was always asking at that, even right before we started, he was like, yo, this is cat Crumb, what do you think of this cat Crumb? And it was right at the time when we started to hear Crumb, we're like, yo, you gonna work with Crumb? That's gonna be dope, yo. So
that is very talented. When you talk about talent, you Professor Lyrical, talented, Quo, talented, Koki-Man, me talented, Crumb Snatcher, talented.
Yeah, man.
So I and I have been blessed as a dancehall reggae artist to come into this industry and be surrounded by so much good hip hop influences. Because are you legend in your own rights? I and I walk in this earth as legends. You understand? Because the world don't know who we are yet. Don't mean we're not legends. We are celebrities amongst celebrities. You understand? Big up
right there.
Because all of we coming large, and remember, I was the intermission. Hip hop in the ending, Koki-Man in the center.
All right. Can we give him a piece of that track then? Can we give him the piece of the Crumb track?
Give him a little preview. Give him a taste test.
All right, I'll give him a taste test. All right. So let's mute up one time, and we'll get into some of that Koki-Man, Koki-Man and Crumb. All right. So what's this one called?
It's Crumb Snatcher featuring Koki-Man.
Right. And what's the track called?
Can't Take I Power.
Can't Take Our Power. All right, cool.
Yeah, man.
There we go. Got it. Let's do it.
Every word he speaks is a prayer for them. Bless Grub Snatch and Koki-Man as they shine harder than the glory of righteousness. Life for the righteous, death for the wicked. Who shall bless no man can curse. Let your rise and all his enemies be scattered. Be not captive by the ways of the wicked. Yeah.
You're trying to
You can't take the powers of I and I. Push me down, pull the ground. I know 1 second I'm on the way. Me not no fool, not no service now. So hear me now, stop. Koki-Man, me there, you had me not go straight away. Every minute, every second, every hour of the day, you want blood, so the powers for the eye not straight away. The line like president, they say with you, me not go lady. I'm looking at the royal, it's the king's high praise. The Baba civilization keep me in the right way. Two are the prince and champion, now hold it. In a Baba, and I the hydrant, one hold the field. Slip up with a slip up with a back up, not slide. Trip up with a trip up, not slip up, not slide. You can't take the powers of the eye and I. In a Baba, and I. Push me down, pull the ground. But I don't want to second, I'm running away. Me not no fool, not no service now. So hear me now.
Trying to control my ways, control my time, control my days, control my mind. Horizontal, keep it moving, tight and losing all these problems we've been through. And arguing the fight, the queen is stressing my mental. A reconciliation, beat the roses I sent you. Women state a little arrogant, and guess what us men do? But women ain't as innocent, they live just as sinful. We all change the chip, trying to live a life that's intentful. The Babylonian ways ain't part of my days. I was young, I guess it's a phase. Change the game, grew out of it. Now I'm much older.
Yo, Koki.
I got some melodic body possession on that one.
Absolutely, dog.
Woo!
Yeah, man. Yeah, Crumb said, Koki, we want roots and culture. Come to the right place, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You come to the right place, man. That's what we're dealing with, roots and culture. You know, the foundation of reggae music. I do dancehall because what I do is I bring roots and conscious into the dancehall. You know, dancehall, iguan, too rare, you know. You have some goodness and you have some badness like everything, and you have some slackness. We want to bring good inspiration, good conscious vibes, and make them know, yes, they look at I and I as the younger generation, but we still, to the youth, them, the younger generation. You see it? So when we're dealing with that in a rightful way, we're bringing consciousness to the massive them, for the younger generation and for the older generation, because all of it is still dancehall. We don't put no age to it. Bob Marley, still a legend. Music still a ton up.
Yep.
You know, so we make music forever. There's no date or expiration on it, you know?
Do you find I mean, first of all, shout out to that record. That record's obviously going to do very well. That's what people need to hear right now. And I think anytime you bring, positivity, like you're saying, into a track that's a feel-good track, it's a beautiful combination, because all too often there sometimes is a lack of substance. And I get, you don't want to be thinking of, solving world peace necessarily on the dance floor, but it is possible to marry those two things a little bit better sometimes than you hear in almost what sound like throwaway tracks, right? Whether it's hip hop or dance hall, sometimes it's just like, oh, here's a club beat, so I'm just going to talk typical club stuff, and it's always dope when you do that. But I was going to say, do you find, in hip hop right now, clearly we talk about this with other guests on the show, and people are always dealing with it. We say, now with COVID, it's sort of coming back to lyricism just a bit. Is this true? Like, is this transferring over into the dance hall and even reggae music? Is it? I mean, I know reggae is sort of a conscious music to begin with, right? But do you see it in dancehall? Do you see, like, right now that's sort of the trend, or is that just something that's unique to people wanting that nostalgic kind of hip hop feel, a little bit more of that boom bap coming back?
Great question, Lyrical. Great question. Reggae is the cousin of hip hop, right?
Yes.
So the same way you have some slackness wagwan in hip hop, and you have consciousness wagwan in hip hop. You have some slackness wagwan in reggae, and you have some consciousness wagwan in reggae. Every artist is for them one. So if them artists talking about destruction, that's for them. You can't categorize all reggae like that, but that is the category. When an artist is conscious, he's going to do conscious, no matter the time or relevant. You understand, whether they're relevant or not. In dancehall, just like hip hop, sometimes you have to hold firm to the culture, hold firm to the roots, and sometimes you might not get the big up forward where you are look for, and sometimes the artist where don't have too much substance gets a big forward. You can't sell out yourself, and you can't sell out your mission as an artist or your message as an artist, you know, because you want hype. And I think an artist like myself and the two of you and even Crumb Snatcher, you know, our level and talent is way up here. So, and sometimes, you know, the bigger names and the big things and the Ray, we probably don't break through the industry the way we should, because we hold true to our truth and the culture and the roots of it. So because of that, they say, oh, there's a struggling artist. No, man, we're not a struggling artist. The industry is not ready for it, but the people are. And I think this world right now, the timing of the pandemic is because us conscious artists, and even the artist who's making good music, because don't get me wrong, I'm not disrespecting no artist. Every artist have him craft, and every artist have his message for them own, to each his own. Respect in all aspects. But when we talk about certain artists, you have to show them the level of humility that they deserve. You understand? And the body of work and the catalog where them have. So when you see an artist like me, my catalog long, but the world never hear it. But the
J. Cruz. No. We talked about the same thing last week.
Some people, you know, kind of know what I go on, but internationally, they don't know what I go on. So they say, oh, well, we never hear this man. This man can't be good. No, sir. You must look into the substance and see if it's subsequential to the message. Right? Some people will say some things, they don't live it. You know, you have to respect the people who say what they do and do what they say. And if they say one thing and they live that way, and you can't tell it's for real. You understand? Like in hip hop, they say real, recognize real, right? In reggae, we say yes, I am. Because we see the eye them in an eye. You understand?
Yeah, no doubt.
So we understand the struggle, and we embrace them, and we say, yes, my brother, yes, my Idren, because I understand what you're going through. We are in this together. And as a pandemic, this is the most time where I think artists should really look at their craft, look at the message, what you're putting out to the people, because you have too much separation already while go on. And the industry, Capotan said it the best. He said, music is a mission, not a competition. So us competing and battling and, you know, clashing, like in hip hop, there's a lot of battle raps, right? And verses. I'm hearing all of this stuff going on. Verses but now the verses are becoming a little.
And the OGs are the ones that's up in the verses too, which is dope. The OGs are coming, you know what I mean?
So in reggae, that's happening, but you're seeing more of a collaboration and more of this. But see, in reggae, clashing's been going on forever. So
did you see or hear about the reggae piece that was in the BET Awards for the BET Hip Hop Awards? Did you get a chance to catch that? They actually, you know, featured a little bit of dancehall, a little bit of reggae in there. I don't know if you caught that. A little
clip of it.
It wasn't a long piece that they did anyways, but it was dope to see that in there. And you know, legends and new cats as well. So
lyrical. I have a fun fact for you, my brother.
Okay, all right. How fun?
It's super fun. It has to be with you.
All right, fun with Koki.
All right. How many tracks Koki featured on your Infinity album?
Well, two come to mind. I mean, I know this Baby and Ghetto Intellectual.
And of them two, how many of them got nominated for Best Collaboration of the Year?
Oh man, okay. So I'm guessing one. I don't remember.
Which one was that?
I'm gonna say it was Baby.
No,
I don't even know, man. I'm not even up on my own history, man.
It was Ghetto Intellectual, my brother.
You know that makes sense because that was played. That was actually played on the radio.
88.9.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Listen, look. I'm bringing it back.
Oh yeah, MIC, man. Shout out to Dane and Irv. Yo, I should know because I was part of behind the scenes, so I should know that. But Dane, it's a funny story about that. Like I took a lot of slack for that because I was nominated for awards in an event that I was helping promote, right? And so we talked about this before we did it. We were like, it was so obvious that like at that time that if we threw an award show, I was part of the organization that put on the actual award show, right? And they were like, yo, this is gonna be crazy because you're gonna get nominated for like all the awards because you just put on an album, you got singles all over the radio, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should step out of that, right? And then we started thinking about it. We're like, what kind of messages that send if we're like, yo, people that are actually doing stuff, right, are going to be like, no, I have to withdraw. Like in that case, we're encouraging people not to be part of the process because we were like trying to solicit like hundreds of people to get their input, you know, and 20 people would show up. And rest in peace to DJ On and On. He was one of the cats who came out and put his you know, his 2 cents in, and we sent out like email ballots to everybody to try to get them involved. And so as a result, what I did is I said, I don't want to know anything about any of the nominations. I didn't even want to know that I was nominated. I found out obviously that I was nominated, but I didn't want to even know like what categories were going on. So I just was like, yo, let me do the promotion because people are going to be like, oh, Lyrical's part of that. He's going to be picking himself to win all these things. Like as a result, I didn't even know that track was, you know what I'm saying? Like I
have another fun fact.
Yeah.
In that same category, guess who was up against the same best collaboration of the year?
I'm gonna say this must be going to Crumb, right? Was Crumb in there?
Crumb was in that nomination too, baby.
What was the track? What was the track?
I don't remember the track, but I want to say it was either with Mobb Deep. Yes, Mobb Deep. And I want to say there was a few lineup.
Wow, we're going, yeah, man.
Think about it. These are
2006, man. Yeah,
artists. These are big artists that are being nominated for best collabo, doing big things. And look at us back resurfacing again.
Yo, it's funny. It's I just saw recently. Shout out to my man Slane too. I think Slane. I did not know this. I think Slane won like 7 awards that year because he was part of special teams. He was doing things solo. And I'm not sure if it was across both years because these were back-to-back sellout shows at the John Hancock Center in Boston. And we put like blood, sweat, and tears into making these happen. We literally lost house, girlfriends, relationships just to make this thing happen. Like it was 3 people who knew nothing about putting on an award show. We're like, hey, let's throw an award show. We deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like Boston needs something to look forward to. And we had no experience, right? We were just like, yeah, I was obviously throwing a lot of shows, but I didn't have award show experience, right?
Can I tell you something? Yep. That award show, I'm going to bring it back again. That award show was the first annual hip-hop Massachusetts hip-hop award show. And it was red carpet. It was on the backstage. They even had the FOI was doing security.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we did it. We did it as right as we could.
Big, man. Big. Yo, I have to say it was big. For the first one, it was massive.
Let me give you behind the scenes. We'll turn this into the MIC Award Show. 2006, right? We threw it on June 17th. Shout out to 617 and to, you know, all the MIC, the Mass Industry Committee. Dane, of course, Irv, Heck, Liv, all these cats, right? So there were like 5 of us really, right? They put it on. And like 3 of us were doing like a lot of this similar kind of work. And we went on to do it multiple years, right? And so here's the behind the scenes. We were so last minute with a lot of the stuff because I'm in the middle of, I did 100 shows in 2005, right? And so leading into, and I went from teaching high school to trying to transition to get my master's. I got accepted in 2006 to get my master's in math. And so people didn't know that, right? Like, so I'm enrolled in like my master's program. I'm driving back and forth from Cambridge. I live in Central Square in Cambridge to Lowell at night after teaching high school in Lowell every day, driving back home to Cambridge. And then because I started the master's program, I would drive back up to take the night classes. This wasn't in the online era of taking classes, right? You were sitting in there doing the math, right? So, and then I'd come back and then from like 9 to like 2 in the morning, it'd be hip hop time. You know what I mean? And so you can imagine the stress it puts on family, friends, and all that kind of, it was just crazy. It wasn't tenable, right? So we're doing this stuff and we didn't even have time to assure that the people we had coming. I mean, I had like, you know, Chubby Chub involved in DJing, like after parties over here and doing, and I got Wild Boy was hosting on ILD, and I didn't really know Wild Boy, and I wasn't the original hookup to make that happen. That was like, I can't remember who grabbed Wild Boy, but I ended up talking to him on the phone. He hits me an hour before the show because he's going to host it, and it's a prime person to host the show, right? He was doing this thing on ILD, Hot 97, all that stuff, and but he had moved and he was driving up. He had car problems. So this is 1,000 people for the most epic show that's ever happened in like mass history. Like you said, it was to the nines, red carpet, the mayor's coming. You know what I'm saying? We got the whole city's like, we're doing tributes to the legends. There, we had like a mayor award. He didn't actually come, but he had a mayor's roundtable, which I sat on. We were doing like shows at City Hall, blah, blah, blah. Right. And so we put Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, shout out to Lino and Floor Lords and all that stuff. They were behind the scenes with a lot of that. But my point is, he can't make it, right? So, and we were paying cats. Like we were paying cats. Like people were getting a check. Like people that were hosting that show, people that were, you know, doing that stuff. So, which is one of the reasons why people to this day don't even know the behind the scenes. Like people think we kicked off that because it was sold out, and I grabbed major sponsors to come in for this. I had a lot of sponsorships lined up for this thing too, but we might have had 30 grand in sponsorships for this thing, and you would think, yo, you're gonna make some cash up. Nah, we didn't make anything off that. We were back paying bills to the union to rent the hall. It was like crazy, right? We weren't doing it to make money. We were doing it not to lose our houses, which ultimately kind of happened as a result. Like I'm not exaggerating, right? And so the dude doesn't show up. So my man Detention, right, who also does, shout out to Detention, and that's how we met, J. Cruz, because you came to my show. That's right. And so Detention, you know, Detention and us, we go way back, right? And so he lives in Lowell with us downtown, right? He's still in Lowell, and I grabbed Detention, and I'm like, yo, at the show, people are like, oh, well, you just hosted. You host a lot of shows, and I'm like, yo, I can't host this show. I can't, like, there's way too much. We're on headsets and running around, and there's a million things going on, right? And let alone I got that whole artist thing to deal with. And as a result, I'm like nominated for like 5 things, which was weird for me, right? So I don't know what's happening until like I hear the people come out, and then one of the awards I won Album of the Year. I hear my name, and I'm like, holy! And I had a feeling because that album was like everywhere, right? But there were better albums that were like in terms of like. I mean, I love the artistry in that album, whatever, but they were like more notoriously like Acrobatics album, right? Like Acrobatic was like in like Rolling Stone or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, okay, it's probably not going to win, you know, but because name recognition, people are, yo, I'm going to vote for Lyrical, whatever, because my name comes up in the thing, right? Even if you didn't hear the album, it's probably like, oh yeah, let me vote for Lyrical, whatever. So I'm not saying it's because of the album, though I do like the album. But I grabbed Detention, and I'm like, yo, do you think you can host the show? He's like, host it. He's there in his t-shirt, his standard dress code for everything. If you ever seen Detention, he like coming the beard, you know, looks like Grateful Dead member, you know what I'm saying? But like shorter, wearing an all black or all white t-shirt and like shorts, right? Like every show he's ever done. And so it is like red carpet, right? And Detention's like there in his t-shirt or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I can host it. So Detention hosts the show on a whim. And it's just making it all up off the top of his head, and Dane and Irv are running out, and they're all nervous and
killed
stuff.
It.
Yeah, man, killed it.
He controls the crowd so amazing.
Killed it, man.
Yeah,
killed it.
Hey,
so shout out to
Pro,
Detention.
I think we need to knock into some estrogen. We need to get some estrogen up in this joint.
We absolutely do. Bring it.
Do we have some estrogen up there?
If that's what you want to call it, yeah. Let's do that. I think I know where you're going with this.
It's
bang,
a Morrill
bang.
Right here coming
it didn't work. Oh, there it is. Where's the sound effect? Hold on. Open my door.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
There you go.
Hey, the door's opening. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, great story. Appreciate it. The behind the scenes. That's what we try to give you here. The behind the scenes. So,
I just spilled my H2O all over myself.
Is that the estrogen you're referring to? I don't know what you're referring to. I'm assuming someone's coming in.
It's Calf. I don't know. Is she? Is she?
I don't see
her.
it.
She might not be. She might have.
I don't know. Don Juan knows. I don't know. Shout out to Don Juan behind the scenes, man.
If Calf is still there, get her in.
All right. But in the meantime, yo. So Koki-Man, yo. I didn't want to steal all your thunder. I know I went railroaded that off the side there, but wanted to hit some people with the behind the scenes. But you got some more crazy trivia for you? We can play trivia all night. It can be trivia with Pro and Quo. Pro means yes, quo means no in this case. So
I got another trivia.
All right.
Which album was I the first collabo on the hip hop segue?
On the hip hop segue.
Me going from dancehall reggae,
yeah,
collabo into hip hop with a hip hop artist on the album.
I'm gonna say, was it Smash and Grab? I don't know. I'm trying to think like what level. Like I'm trying to think like local level, like national level,
in general.
I mean, I'm gonna open it up to the crowd, man. I'm gonna go with the 50-50, man. I don't know. I'm stumped on that one, man. I'm not even sure. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I said I wasn't gonna say, so I don't even know where to go with that. I feel like I should know this. What can you give me like what year this happened in? What?
I'll give you a hint. My talent is infinity, man. It's like infinite.
Oh man, see that's why I thought this was a trick question. I thought it was a trick question, man. It was lyrical, man. It was lyrical. Yeah, man. So I thought what you were giving me was some history before that I didn't know about. I was like, yo, you did that with someone else. Okay, my bad. I didn't know. I was thinking I was first.
You were the first hip hop artist.
Word.
But not the first album. The first album that I ever feature as a collabo was this artist, reggaeton artist, and
makes sense.
He thought it was gonna be reggaeton collabo.
Yeah,
but now when you're dealing with Koki,
dog, I'll give you some trivia. Let me give you some trivia about that same line of thing you're on. Okay, so do you know the label that the album came out on? This is the Infinity album, spelled with all I's if you're searching. Infinity, lyrical, not Professor Lyrical, just lyrical. Infinity. Do you know who came out on?
Was it Interscope?
Nah, it was so at the time when I signed the deal, right? It was EMI/Caroline, and Caroline had a label imprint so that was the distributor. And the label imprint was called Blaze the World. They had just put out Cool G Rap's last album. And I'd actually seen it in a record store. I looked at it. I saw the info. I'm like, yo, Massachusetts? There's a label in Massachusetts, right? Wait till you hear this. I don't think you hip to this, right? So, and you thought that last story was a story. So this cat, Jonah Fialkoff, look him up. Google him right now if you get a chance. Someone on the Google Jonah Fialkoff, right? Like Fialcoff or whatever. Cool dude, right? I liked him. I thought he was a great dude, right? So I'm like, yeah, he wasn't really this real hip hop kind of dude or whatever, but he was in Boston. He's signing labels. He's got acts left and right. He comes to one of my shows that I'm throwing at Lansdowne. You know, I was doing the Friday night Axis, right? Booking all the artists in or whatever every Friday, you know. So I can't remember who I had up in there one night, right? And I had some artists. I had like the local celebrities in there. They were like popping, right? And so, you know, it might have been, you know, who an artist like yourself or something like that could come in on a given night, right? So, but you would do like 1 or 2 tracks in the middle of the club night. It wasn't like you were going to come in and do your own tracks. You had to go over like established music unless you had a banger that was already out, right? Because, you know, people just get off the floor in the middle. They're trying to get their groove on. They get off the floor. So anyways, dude comes. It's packed. It goes great. He wanted to see me perform that night. I performed in there. Loved it. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, next day, he's like, yo, got the paper ready. Like, let's sign this deal. Let's make this happen, right? Before the album comes out, he loses the distribution to EMI because EMI breaks with Caroline. So Caroline is like one of the biggest independent distributors in the world at this time. And so he still has the ability to put this thing out. And this was right when the internet really started popping with the iTunes and the downloads. So I was just thrilled to, for the first time, even be on iTunes, right? Dude's company, like 3 years later, after this successful independent album, right? We sold a lot of copies of that album and a hell of a lot of copies on line for the downloads, like the Focus Is Back single and all that, the one back there, the one in color, whatever. All that stuff. This dude is on like FBI most wanted list, dog. He's on TV shows, this dude, for like like I don't know the whole story, but you look this up, it's like there's like missing bodies in there, there's like drug deals gone bad. This dude is like can't be found anywhere. I know he's watching somewhere because he's a tech guy, so he's probably on it. Shout out to Jonah, man. I'm keeping the peace. I love you, dog. but they were like missing bodies. You know what I'm saying? They was it was crazy. And this dude's I could not contact dude. Like
knock. This is where you do a knock.
Yeah, you sure do.
Segue into the next topic.
Absolutely, but nah. I mean, I'm cool with Jonah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the government ain't. They're trying to hunt this cat down for like, taxes, drug deals, and it was a big special on one of those shows. Like Nightline presents the story of Jonah Fialkoff, a Boston suburbanite who moved from New York or something, started a prominent record label in the city, and also had a locker full of drug money stolen. It just goes into this crazy, and it like goes through this whole story. And I know part of some of the stuff that they're alluding to in terms of like who the artists are, where the money's coming from, like some of that stuff. Just I heard word of mouth kind of thing, but I didn't know it at this kind of level, And I'm like, that's why dog fell off the map. And I'm just trying to find out where's my check. Like I was getting royalty checks for the Focus is Back pretty regularly. The royalties on my side, were pretty regularly. And then, there was some things on the mechanical. And I'm like, I got to figure out what's going on here with the iTunes money, because the iTunes money sort of stopped coming, right? And I was like, and to this day, this dude owns half of that. So my stuff is infrequent with that. And, as time goes on with records, they go through valleys and peaks, like sometimes you'll find somebody used an instrumental on something that popped up or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
We got the Morrill model in the building. What's up, cuz?
Hello there.
What's going on? We having technical difficulties, man.
Yeah.
My thing was crashing. I disappeared for like 2 minutes.
I was on crazy stretch mode. If you didn't notice, I was like stretching.
It's raining over here, so my internet's not that great either.
Catherine, did you get to hear Koki-Man?
No, not really.
Oh, you didn't hear Koki-Man.
I was back here, but I didn't hear anything.
So let's do this. Let's transition into you, but let's get another Koki-Man track up on there so you can get to hear a little Koki-Man and hang out and talk with brother and yourself and get you popping. So Koki-Man, can I play one more joint and we can let Catherine check you out?
Yeah, man, go on.
First thing she said to me after 5 minutes, she was like, I haven't actually really heard your music. So we were like, all right, let's listen to the music. We can all establish, like we're artists and all that kind of stuff. So had to do it with me. We got to do it with you. All right. So let's get some Koki-Man on there.
Koki.
King Koki. Let's mute our mics, folks. Let's do that mute. And let's go to Koki-Man EPK and let's get it popping. So I'm going to La Sponge Off a Man. I know I didn't do that justice the way I said it, but
Grabbing a barrel, them only one uncle. Boss you all them, call them now one sponsor you. Grabbing a barrel, them only one uncle. Boss you all them, call them now one sponsor you. None not all, them are none not all. So anytime you rise, them want say you fall. None not all, them are none not all. So anytime you rise, them look up parasite, try sponge off a man, sponge off a man. Tell them wait and cover them can't sponge Koki-Man. Sponge off a man, sponge off a man. What do they mean? Them like a parasite, try sponge off a man, sponge off a man. Tell them wait and cover them can't sponge Koki-Man. Wait and cover. How what them feel like? Me burn them parasites to the highest degree. Me not sponge no man that could ever be me. Me burn them bloodsuckers to the highest degree. Me not leech man no man that could never be me. Me burn them backbiter to the highest degree. Me not follow back a man that could never be me. Them one way they ban for them not plan this day. Blow me there. Them little parasites like sponge off a man, sponge off a man. Tell them wait and cover them can't sponge Koki-Man. Sponge off a man, sponge off a man. What do they mean? Them like a parasite try sponge off a man, sponge off a man. Tell them wait and cover them can't sponge Koki-Man. Wait and cover. How what them feel like? Me no done yet. Make me talk my talk. Them the ones in the pool, them the ones in the laugh. Them the ones in the humble, them the ones in the calm. Them 137 pop off the zigzag. Me no done yet. Make me talk my talk. Them the ones in the hurry, them the ones in the flesh. Them one perplex, but them free the eye of them blessed. Them look up parasite, try sponge off a man, sponge off a man. Tell them wait and cover them can't sponge Koki-Man. Sponge off a man, sponge off a man. What do they mean? Them like a parasite, try sponge off a man, sponge off a man. Tell them wait and cover them can't sponge Koki-Man. Wait and cover. How what them feel like? Pop in a barrel, them only one anchor you. Boss you all link, and them not one sponsor you. Pop in a barrel, them only one anchor you. Boss you all link, and them not one sponsor you. None not all, them are none not all. So anytime you ride, them want to your fall. None not all, them are none not all. So anytime you ride, them look up our side.
We can't give him too much.
You got to give him a little taste. That's it.
We can't give him too much.
Taste.
Koki-Man in the building. Yo, yeah. Koki, I understood like 20% of that. And I feel like that was a good clip. How about y'all? Did you get that? Yo, Catherine, break that down. What was he saying?
Oh yeah, he beats me. But it was good.
Absolutely.
Yo,
where are you?
That's the story of my life. They said, "Oh, he's good. He's good." What he said? I don't know.
Right.
It took me like a year and a half to figure out what you said on each of the songs on my album, man. I was like, "Yo." So I saw you writing it on paper, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then I was like, I forgot a little bit what the rhyme said, and it was like it would hit me, and I was like, "Oh, that's what Dog said. That's dope."
See, I got lucky. I grew up around a lot of people from the islands. I'm engaged to an island queen. So, you know.
I did too, but I didn't put that.
You understand me, Quo. Finally, somebody understand me.
I do.
Yeah, I understood the hook, man. That's about as far as I went on that one, man. I gotta keep it real. Like, I was like, hey. I get no one sponging off you, Koki-Man. You're not.
Actually, you know what's funny? The one record that on I understand the majority of things, but I had a difficult time understanding the dude that got on the Black of the Barrier record with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, Assassin. Agent Sasko, Assassin. Yeah.
I mean, I understood what he was saying, gave me chills from what I heard, but I couldn't understand.
Powerful record.
Yo, that's like one of my favorites of all time at this point.
Powerful. The first time I saw Assassin really change into a hard, conscious vibe and something that was current affair and related to what was going on in the situation right away. And I just big up the artist because I like to see artists go out of their comfort zone and tap into a certain artistry that you don't hear all the time, you know?
Didn't he do that record with Khaled too? Where they had a reggae thing, they had 3 reggae artists, and I want to say Assassin was on that too.
Yes.
The Thunder, yo, that joint. That's the only one I was really messing with on that joint.
I can't wait for your stuff to drop, man. Like when's that coming out, man? That's on your project by itself, right?
My project now, we're looking at 2021.
Right.
We're gonna be dropping out some mixtapes first to let the people know Koki-Man me there. I'm never gone nowhere. People say, "Oh, where's Koki? Oh, the man still do it." Yo, Koki there. Me not gone nowhere. Me have children, me have to raise them. Me raise them. Now me back a road.
And tell them about. I was gonna say what?
You got girls, Koki-Man, or the boys? What you got blessed with?
1 girl, 2 boys.
Yo, imagine if your girl all grown up, right? Because I got 2 girls. Okay, so you get this. Imagine your girl all grown up and she goes, "Daddy, I got a peeping Tom."
Oh. Yeah, man.
Yo, you gotta hear a story real quick.
Gunshot the head back.
Oh, I know where we're going with this, right? Yeah, I know.
Hey, yo, at Catherine Morrill. Go follow her on IG, the Morrill model.
Yeah, you know, I had a peeping Tom situation. You know what's so crazy? It's actually a month from today. I just realized the date. It happened a month ago from today. I had a peeping Tom situation. Didn't even know those. I mean, I know those things exist in the world, but you hear about those in the movies, not in real life.
Yeah.
And it happens. It happens. Apparently so. It happened to me. So now I have a dog. I have all. It's about this big right now. It's doing nothing for me.
At a club.
At the moment.
How many bats you got in the house?
Oh, at every corner.
Yeah.
Every corner. I got pepper spray.
I can't even believe I'm laughing at this shit. I need to get
you know, it's so crazy. I know but I have to have humor at this point because
they're actually cousins. They haven't even really said that yet to everybody out there. They're cousins up there. So
you know what?
We look so much alike.
you know what, Pat?
I know.
Movies are based on true stories.
Yeah.
So you can't take it fictional. If you see it in the movie,
if anyone's a director or writer, I can set you up with a good movie.
Yeah,
the whole scene, the bathroom, the whole running out of the bathroom, like I can give it the whole thing.
And we know And we know you got a little experience in that too. So you go back, you did some acting back in the day.
I'll just reenact what me.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I would keep it because I know you're trying to do more on the acting front. So I wouldn't give that away. I would take that and be like, yo, I got this story. I might need to play a leading role. I'm gonna make it happen.
The name.
Yeah, absolutely. You got have Koki-Man on the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Run before y'all go down.
ProQuo.
Run.
Absolutely. Yo, Koki-Man, before we get you out of here, because we definitely blessed to have you in here, man. I'm so glad that everybody got to hear everything. But this I want to hit the serious topic with you too, because you were talking a lot about, even before we came up, you're talking about the culture. We're talking about how we've both sort of, been in the realms of where people will want to test you, especially in hip hop, whether it's in reggae, dancehall, so forth. Now, looking at you, you don't look like your voice. I'm just gonna, if people don't know that, if they're not listening and they're just listening, Koki-Man might not look like what you think he looks like. Now, so how has that played out for you? And I know you got a lot of, you got a rich cultural heritage and background too. How has that all played for you? And does it find its way into its music? Is this an issue for you? Is this stuff you've got to deal with? Is this stuff you talk about regularly?
I embrace it and I own it. It's been something where in my career, it's been an advantage and a disadvantage, right? It's been a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because the element of surprise, but it's a curse because until they get surprised and they hear the talent, they're judging. So they're saying, oh, Ray, this, oh, he's not really, oh, he want to be Ray. And then when they hear, they're like, whoa, hush them out, because they don't know. People judge what they do not know.
Or they hear you first and then see you later, right? And so,
and that's, because
I know on my album, people were like, yo, I can't wait to meet this dude. Where's the cat from, Jamaica or whatever? I was like, nah, he's from Lawrence.
I've gone into studios. I've gone into studios. People don't know who's in there. They just come in the middle of the session, they hear it, and they hear me, doing my thing, me nah follow back, man. Me nah follow. They hear that thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I come out, and they watch, and I'm like, oh, bless, peace. And then I sit, and then they're looking. And the engineer's like, what are you looking for? Oh, I'm waiting for the artist.
Yeah.
The artist right there.
And then you come out and you speak Spanish to them or something, and they're like, whoa, what's going on? Which isn't all that crazy, because if you're from Puerto Rico, right, it's not like you're really that far from Jamaica. It's not like Puerto Rico isn't heavily influenced by dancehall, reggae, or soca, wherever you want to go.
Caribbean music, reggaeton, reggae, you have reggae, then reggaeton, then you have all the different, dembow, you have all these different things, roots, conscious, everything sprung off of, African music, even salsa, merengue, come off of, African type of influences. So when you look at Caribbean music, when we say yard, it's not just like a Jamaican thing or West Indian thing or Virgin Island thing. It's a Caribbean thing. It's a worldwide thing, because everybody's spread out. Everybody loves the music.
Yeah, you gotta imagine, you think too, like the Caribbean and those islands are also closely woven together. It's crazy. That's what's beautiful about culture, the culture of, the hip hop culture, the reggae, it's all one. But look at the lesson, the gem in this whole deal is never, ever, ever judge a book by its cover.
5-star.
Just because
just because it's an unofficial sponsor.
That joint,
that's a heart, by the way.
That could be right there. That's all lightning bars.
He means that star. Okay, cool.
You can't never judge a book by its cover. You don't know how that person.
Shout out to Mead.
My favorite thing was that when I was growing up, because I grew around a lot of prominently black people, like when I was growing up, and then I moved out from
as opposed to less prominently.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Moved out to Maine, right? And I'm in high school or not high school. I'm in elementary, whatever, at 7th, 8th grade, whatever, middle school, and they're like, "Why you talk black?" And I hate that. I hate that. I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, you know what I mean? You can't judge. You don't know that what created that person, what brought that person up. But it's the worst thing you could ever do.
And the crazy part is like, and we're always talking about jobs and careers here. We're gonna get into that with Catherine too in a minute too. But it's like, we always talking about I'm Professor J delivers, right? And Koki-Man. Like Koki-Man, you would never get like we want to play that trivia game, right? What does Koki-Man do when he's not on the mic? We'll play that trivia game. You can take your guesses, And when somebody gets that right. Now, by the way, Koki-Man, without giving it away, have you come across people in that 9-to-5 world that also know you from the music world? And if they've ever found out, like, what is that like? I mean, that's gotta be.
It's funny because they come in and they say, "You look familiar."
You can tell them to whatever you want.
Yeah,
I just don't want to give it away.
And they're like,
well, how do you know me?
You got a familiar face. And I'm like, all right. And then I might say something that's distinctive to my personality and how I am. And they're like, wait a minute. Do you do reggae? And like, oh, he's on to me.
Yeah.
That's what the radar is on.
Yeah, man.
Great disguise my 9-to-5 work because you will never know.
No.
Never know.
The only hint you're gonna get is he's GQ every day.
GQ every day. GQ every day. Yeah, he's not modeling clothes.
Yo,
well, he might be.
Maybe.
Yeah, he might be.
Maybe I can get some sponsors.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
You two gotta. Oh, actually, it's the opposite. Boom. These two right here.
Yeah, we if we had giveaways, which we don't because our official sponsors are unofficial. But if we had, we got Purell. Yeah, and I'm glad I covered the label. I shouldn't be giving them full. Yeah, we got badges. I'm gonna look at my drawer, see what else we got. We got we got U brand. But for real, I totally lost track of where I was going with that. Totally. But Koki-Man, we let people know, like we always tell them like what we do. Oh my goodness, right there.
Is that a mouse pad?
That looks like a mouse pad. Yeah, man. That's marketing right there, man.
Ooh.
Yo. This episode of Hiphopcitizen has been brought to you by
Koki-Man.
Koki-Man mouse pads. Oh, the ProQuo Show.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah. Yo, when are we gonna get the first single though from the is that like out? Is that single out or
so my official single, like mine's off of my project is not out yet.
Okay.
But I do have a single out on all digital platforms where I'm the feature, and it's Crumb Snatcher, Judah the Prince, featuring Koki-Man, and the title of the song is Can't Take I Power. You played a little, taste test earlier in the very yes, man. Yeah, man. That one there. That one right now is a single. I'm considering it both of our singles because we're doing a great job marketing. We're pushing it on all digital platforms. You can get it now. Spotify, Amazon, Apple Play. You can get it all across the board. So I definitely encourage people if you're into holding the rems and holding our meds, definitely listen to the song. You will learn something from the song. It's very inspirational. And it goes and it's unisex. It's not biased to one sex or the other. It's universal. It's international. It's a big tune. I think it has potential to really make it on an international platform. So I definitely say check it out and do the knowledge to it because that's just
Koki-Man, you freaking people out right now because I know what you did, man. Because we talked about this. Koki-Man just flipped right back into like you didn't hear the accent there, right? And so people right now listening, they go, wait a minute, we just got like 25 seconds of Koki-Man just talking like he's working at the bank, right? And so like, yo,
you ever heard Shaggy?
It's crazy, man. Right? You just like flip right in, and it's like, that's nesting with people.
You only touch two. You're forgetting one.
What's that?
Oye, loco, ¿qué te pasa?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, no, I said it earlier. Cuando te tiene una pregunta, tú puedes decir. Right. They would never know I speak it either, right?
Yo sé que tú comes plátano maduro porque a ti te gusta el plátano maduro.
Yo, we're gonna change the name of the show, man. Pretty soon, we're gonna change the name of the show. The ProQuo Show. Espanol.
Some mofongo on the side with some ketchup. Actually,
so, but for real though, man. But for real though, people. I mean, I know. It's a crazy meld, man. It's a crazy meld what you got going on. The mind-blowing thing, you see someone, kind of looks like yourself too. And again, posture-wise, this is an unassuming dude just walking past you on the street. You would never, the lion that comes out of Koki-Man the King, man. When you see this cat on stage, you've heard him, but to see him on stage, when we did my record release parties, my album release parties, I remember the one we did at Bill's Bar, dog. You came out into that, people were like, Oh my God, he came out with the flag. The place was going berserk. And I was like, yo, can I get some love at my party too? I was like, yo, Koki-Man, man, I can never be on a stage with you unless I come on my A game. Then we did that show like in Manchester, man. And I was like, this dude again, he's out there with the flag. And I'm just like, I rap. You know what I'm saying? It's like Koki-Man, yo. Koki-Man.
No, but you know what? I have to give you props though, Lyrical. Don't underrate yourself because you're a talented man. And when it came to the industry, the business, you know, you always had the right platform. You was doing everything, you know, strategic. You gave credit where credit was due. You never tried to snake nobody. You never tried to, you know, sponge off nobody. You know,
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you see that? You never try sponge off no man. You understand? You give every man the credit. You give
it, man.
credit where credit is due. And you're humble. So as much as you say to me that I'm humble, but realistically, you are just as equally humble, if not more, because I would have never known you was a math teacher, then a math professor. And, you know, you're such a humbling individual where I just have to big you up and give you your credit, you know, give you your credit now because you bring me on your album. You give me the credit. We get nominated for the best collaboration. We go sit, we perform, and then we promote that.
I'm coming back now.
Yeah, man. We promote that album and that song and those songs no different. We did one for the hood, right? And then we did one for the girl them because we said, yo, you can't leave out the ladies. You have to do something sweet for the gal them, you know. Yeah, so we balance. We deal with balance and we deal with both sides of the thing. And it happened to be a good feedback and a good response. No different than what's going on with myself and Crumb Snatcher right now, and myself with Truth Y. Big up yourself, Truth Y. You know. Those artists are doing nothing different than what you and I did many, many years ago, and it's resurfacing, right? History is repeating itself. And look, my first big interview before 2021, before we give it to the world, you know,
man.
ProQuo.
So we're blessed to have you, man.
From day one. You understand?
Yo, thanks for coming through, man. Thanks for coming through, man. Yo, that's Koki-Man. Look for him, check him out. We'll be bigging him up as much as we possibly can. And when we get more from him, we'll hope to have you back, do the exclusives, man. And anytime, man, you got a home here. And that's, yo, for anybody listening too, we like to, you know, we were saying this too before we started jumping over here to the Hiphopcitizen. Always big shout out to Hiphopcitizen. We kind of keep our program like that. You never know who's going to come back through. So whether it's 5 minutes, you know, you might see him on a feature and be like, yo, what's up with Koki-Man? Yo, let us know. You want to see cats come through. And they're just going to come through anyways because the door is always open. You know, once you have the backstage pass here, you always have the backstage pass.
But people in high demand will be coming back.
Absolutely.
You know
more often than not.
Right? We're trying to get them sponsorships.
Yeah. So Catherine, speaking of sponsorships, do you have any unofficial sponsorships for us, by the way, or are you just?
I certainly do.
You do? You got one?
I do.
All right, you're ready.
The best of the best.
What is that?
Is the Vaseline.
Okay.
This is amazing. If you
Vaseline is a brand,
but then again, it is the brand is Vaseline. Oh, I'm not doing this right. Vaseline.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Rosy Lips. It's the best one. There's different flavors, kinds, whatever. But I most likely took most of them from every time I go into a store. I take them all because it took me one time 6 months to find them, and I'm like, this is not okay.
You didn't mean you pay for them and then take them.
Oh yeah, I find them in the store and I take them all.
I mean, I didn't want a Jonah Fialkov moment
I
here.
wasn't like just pocketing them. No, I would pay for them. I'll pay for them, but I take them every time. So yeah, brought to you by Vaseline.
Well, we are pleased to have you here. Jay's been big upping you for a while, and
I know he's been trying to push me and push me. I'm like,
I got you.
Yeah, he's like, yo, it's like conversation with me, except it's not me. It's my cousin, and she's doing this modeling thing, and she's doing this, trying to do back to the acting.
He's pushing me to do that. I will say that.
So you need a push, you need a shove, or
I do need a push.
Is that what it is?
You know.
All right. So
you know, the cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So what is the let me ask you this. So we've been talking about sort of, you know, real careers and what we do behind the scenes. I'm not asking you to put that all on blast necessarily, but what is sort of like the dream thing for you? Like what, you know, just giving a taste of what you're about. You do a little bit of modeling, you do a little bit of acting and so forth. So what would be like the perfect scenario for you?
I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't say I do that.
Yep.
I mean, I got Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And
hey, don't minimize the fact that you went to school for it. Yeah,
well, I went to school and I wanted, I went to college for social. I didn't do anything with acting. I just didn't. I wanted to be able to speak in public because that's something I just am not good at doing. So I decided to take some acting classes. And it was so much fun. It was so much fun, but it was so like scary at the same time. So you know, obviously I wanted to make sure I passed the class.
Right.
So I did the projects that I had to do, and it did open up a lot. Am I still nervous to speak in front of people? Yes. But the experience behind it, it's like, okay, wow, I actually really enjoyed it, and I could do that again. Would
it be a career? Would it be for a career path, or something you do on the side, or is it something more that you want to blend into your world?
Probably blend into my world. Well, I mean, what I'm doing, I'm in healthcare right now, which is, you know, it's not going anywhere. And I'm in a great, you know, I'm in a great spot. If I could, I guess, go somewhere in life, yeah, of course, I'd like to go behind a camera.
Crazy time in healthcare, though.
Yeah,
Crazy time.
We're gonna snap cap. At some point, we'll snap the finger, and then you're gonna be in a movie, just like that.
Well, I already have a script. Here we go. So
yeah, we got the script. You know, we got Stalker. What do you got? The Roddy? I saw someone was asking. Is it Rottweiler you got? What do you got?
Oh, I have a German Shepherd.
Oh, there you go.
Lab.
Nothing wrong with that. You got friendly for you, but vicious for everybody else, right? Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
My cousin's got a Rottweiler. Our cousin actually has a Rottweiler. I should have got a Rottweiler, but
I love Rottweilers. Yeah,
this one's gonna look kind of scary, so it's fine by me.
Lady I work with, she has one too, and that's funny. I say lady I work with, but you know we haven't been on campus since like March 1st. You know, lady I used to work with. You know what I'm saying? Lady I spiritually work with now. I guess we say she same thing. She got a Roddy. She lives in downtown DC, and she's like, "Yo, I got this." I'm like, "How do you have a Roddy in downtown?" And so when she had as a baby, cutest dog ever. I think we.
They're so cute.
Yeah, but not so cute now. I know I'm hearing my little feedback.
Little tiny baby bit.
A little bit. But yeah, it was crazy. So I don't know how I'm feeding back. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I feel like I should be quiet. I'm echoing. All right. But yeah,
we all getting it. We all getting it right now.
Yeah, man. It's probably me. I probably hit a button. So
it's all good. So Kath, I mean, you know, she's definitely a big dreamer, like myself. And you know those dreams materialize when you. Number one, I pulled out a bar that I had. I said, "Who you know is the realest shit alive." You know, kind of like what Jay-Z said. It's who you know, them what you know. And what that leads to is the people you surround yourself. If you just look at your daily life, right, and then you look at the first 5 people that come across your day, that's who you are. Like that's what you're gonna be. You know, most likely. So you have to surround yourself with people that are better than you, people that, and when I say better, I mean doing better on whatever scale. That could be mentally, financially, just someone that you could look up to a little bit to help lift you up. And the more you do that, that heightens your chances of getting to those harder places because you surround yourself with better people. Like this show, how it all came to
wisdom, man.
That's it. I had to go to Yoda to get lifted. I'm like, where's Yoda? Boom. And now look, we got these 4 great people chilling together. We're surrounding ourselves with better people versus, and it makes a big difference when you do it long term and keep shooting. Because now it's like, let's go for the next step. Let's keep stepping up. Let's start talking to the billionaires as we get these sponsorships through Dr. Pepper, Nike, and all these other.
And Vaseline.
And Vaseline. Damn straight Vaseline. Right?
Yeah. I suppose. I'll take any product I believe in, I like to say, right? And so it has to work for you. You know what I mean? Like, I've really had a lot of sponsorships throughout my career, and they were all rooted in actual usage of the products. You know, now when you do a show, it's different. Like, I get into that. I'm sorry that I'm a little echoey here, but
no,
you're good now. You're good now.
It's my internet. Yeah, it's not you.
I get into that. Like, you know, in the club world, you're asked to take alcohol sponsorships, right? Alcohol sponsorships are the name of the game. And, you know, Mos Def came out for a while and he stopped doing shows with alcohol sponsorships. And I remember hearing about that. That was a big deal for me because I don't drink. I've never drank in my entire life. And so I've never done a drug. I've never smoked. I'm pretty very straight laced, to put it, I guess, simply. And alcohol just never appealed to me. Yet I have taken money for alcohol sponsorships and felt kind of badly about it. But one of them was 30 grand. And it was at the Roxy, and just, you know, throwing it out there, 30 grand. What would you do? Someone comes to you with 30 grand about, like, I don't do the product, but I know. And they were like, look, we're just going to give it to somebody else, whoever the other, you know, promoter is that can put together a hot night. We're just going to go find them. And I was like, yo, and I did it, you know, but I started thinking about it and being like, yo, would I really take any sponsorship? You know, is there anything that I would rock? And if it's kind of in the gray area, like, yeah, okay, like I'll run with it and see if it represents me or whatever. But for artists out there and stuff like that, and whether it's models, acting, you're always going to be, someone's going to ask you, yo, hold this. And for me, the yo, hold this, shout out to my man Crazy Freddy, was a Red Bull can. And that sent me to Puerto Rico, hosting a all-Spanish MC battle and a bunch of battles, preliminaries in Boston. And they were like, yo, you speak Spanish. I wasn't maybe the first choice, but they were like, yo, you throw in shows, you do battles. They were like, the freestyle you did about that Red Bull can, Red Bull was like, yo, we could sponsor you. And I started doing a bunch of Red Bull shows, right? And that was all right, because I was drinking Red Bull literally at the shows, knowing that I probably needed to not be, because I was like running on E. But I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Red Bull right now, do I really drink it? Nah, not like that. But if they came to me with like 30 grand, I'd probably be like, yeah, okay, I'll do some Red Bull. But I'm probably not going to do, you know, doers or something like that. You know what I mean? Just me personally. So it's something we do all have to think about. I know we're taking it light here with our thing.
Pro's going to go, I'm going to get a call. Yo, man, doers just hit me up.
Yeah, dog. Okay. Yo,
I'll tell you what. Pass it on my way.
I'll tell you what. If Samsung wants to hit me up, I need to be there posting.
Oh, I have a sore spot with Samsung.
What? Oh, no. All right. But they're all billionaires. All right. So what's the sore spot, Catherine? Hit me.
That Peepin' Tom. That was what it was using. It was the Samsung.
I mean, he only really had two choices.
You need to sit down and have a debriefment.
Sorry, Samsung.
That's a battle scar.
Man,
you can't hold it against Samsung. I mean, he could have just went. I mean, it's pretty much Android.
I feel you, man.
It's pretty much Android or iPod, right?
Listen, all I know is I know it wasn't an iPhone, and I was like, that is not an iPhone.
Yeah. Did you hear me? I'm still calling it iPod. I'm like, it's either Android or iPod. I was like, definitely meant iPhone. But those iPod Peepin' Toms are who you want.
Unofficial sponsors. He going hard for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get like a DM from Samsung apologizing. It's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Do you ever like see a company though, for real? Do you ever see a company and go, yo, they should sponsor me? Like because you rep them hard. Like, you know, is it you walk by? I'm sure you all can think of one, right?
That 100%.
Give me something, because I can tell you a couple. What is it?
Teeth whitening, Crest.
Love
Crest.
That's in that whole modeling, acting world. You gotta, if you
true.
Gray teeth, you know, it's not very cool.
I would do a dope ass commercial for some Folgers black silk.
You do love Folgers.
That's the opposite. You need the teeth product.
Since like 9 months back, yeah. And then
listen, he has a cousin. I got him.
Drink the Folgers,
Doug.
get the strips.
Doug, I'm like 7-year-old. My son's 7. I'm like, yo. He's like, Daddy, that is gross when mommy makes that coffee. Oh, I can't. He goes by and he goes, what is that smell? And I'm like, dog. I don't say dog, but he says bro to me all the time. I'm like, will you stop calling me bro? He's like, bro, because he hears it on video games and stuff now. He's like, bro. He's bro. What is that smell? Meanwhile, his mother is like, you do not call your daddy bro. You know. And so I'm like, yeah. He doesn't call mommy sis or anything like that. But anyways, point being, I'm with my son on this one. I'm like, I have never gotten past the little kid taste buds. To me, coffee's like disgusting. Like, I don't get it. You know, I'm not rocking Folgers. I'm not there. You know.
I got a clip. Maybe we'll show it next week of my first experience talking about coffee. It's a funny little clip. It's like a 2-minute clip on YouTube.
I'm cool with the Folgers like logo on the bottom of the show. I mean, definitely we'll be like, because Jay Cruz loves Folgers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is the ProQuo show. You know what I mean? And not no ProQuo, not quid pro quo. But we will take your Folgers.
Oh, I saw
fill
that.
It up in your cup.
Someone said earlier. They said you got to get DJ Quid on there to have the Quid Pro Quo show.
That's hot.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a special feature.
Do y'all remember? I'm dating myself now, but I am the senior member here, I believe. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm the senior member here. Do y'all remember those old school Folgers commercials. They go, Folgers in your cup. Or whatever, right? Back when we all know the melodies from when we were kids, right?
Isn't it still the same? No,
they don't do melodies anymore. They're gone.
Waking up, it's Folgers in your cup.
Yo, they don't try to. It's like a conspiracy, and you know how I feel about conspiracy theories. And by the way, we need to play the conspiracy game before we go. But anyways, we might not have time for it. But yo, when we have guests come on, Koki-Man, and I know you're in this world too, so I got to get you on. We have the conspiracy challenge, and essentially, I got 20 questions for you to determine how much of a conspiracy theorist you actually are. So we've had some of our previous guests play, and I won't tell you Jay's score. If you haven't seen it, you're gonna have to look up the back editions in my score.
Yeah, we won't revisit that one.
It's pro or quo. I mean, it's yes or no. You know what I'm saying? You have to answer yes or no. But my point with the Folgers was this. Y'all remember the commercials? They used to do the Christmas ones, and my name is Peter, right? And so he'd come downstairs from Christmas, and they go, Peter's home. And they go, la, la, la. And he'd come down the stairs, and he was always wearing like a nice Christmassy sweater, and he has the perfect pat. It's like Hallmark. It was like the Hallmark Channel. We were talking about that, Catherine, right?
Yeah,
it was like the Hallmark Channel stole from Folgers to figure out how to do an episode. It's like perfect. The gifts are wrapped so nice. Peter's got the, Gordon Hayward part in his head. It's just perfect, right? And he comes downstairs and you hear the la-da-da, Folgers in your cup. And I was like, I wanted to drink Folgers at that point.
Yeah.
And I don't drink coffee. I was like, yo, Peter got it going on.
Lyrical. Almost had you.
Almost, dog. Almost.
Right there.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I can't believe
it's advertising and the melodies work, man.
They almost got him, quote.
Yo, as soon as I said the word coffee, the chat went blah.
Yeah.
Like,
I need some right now.
Dog, they're all hooked, man.
What about tea?
Yeah, okay.
Anyone like
I can do a little tea. I don't do tea enough. I feel like I should do more tea.
I love
That's
tea.
all I did before coffee, but the tea wasn't doing it. I was working 14-hour days, and I was just like, and the kid and all that.
Yo, let's instead of the conspiracy challenge, let's take it right now because we all New England people. All right, so let's take it right now. Give me a one up. Give me a 1 up for Dunkin' Donuts. Give me a 2 for Starbucks. Ready on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Koki's not voting. It's a 1. Yeah, and I'm clearly getting the bagels. All right. We all. Oh, Don Juan side Starbucks. He came out of the green room representing the green.
Can't forget Don the icebreaker.
So
I'm not gonna lie though, I've only had Starbucks one time, so I guess I don't know if that's a good.
I mean, it set you back what it cost twice to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, 100. Yeah.
You won't. This is how I see it. You make coffee at your damn house. You don't go to Dunkin' Donuts, and if you want ice cream, you go to Starbucks because that's basically ice cream. You don't go. Yo, I pay like $8 for the big ass jug that lasts like a month and a half.
Architect with the 2, man. What's going on, man? You see, they're chiming in with all the Starbucks.
Quo is a man who is budgeting. This man knows how to budget. He's budgeting.
I know how to budget. I've never drank it. I get a bagel when I go to Dunkin' Donuts, dog. I get a bagel. Yo, bagel with light cream cheese. And they charge you like $1.25 for a little thing. Or what is that called? I love that word, right? Schmear. What has schmear ever been used for other than bagel and cream cheese ever? Right?
Bro,
nothing.
My girl telling you to go.
Can I have a schmear of your French fries? You know what I'm saying? Like, when would you ever use that word? Right? I'm sorry. Your girl was saying what?
You got to go to Panera
and get myself a schmear of cheese.
No, you got to. Well, you get that cream cheese and get that bagels that the best she says.
I'm Panera all day. Dog.
Panera is great. Yeah.
I'm all day with the fire, and I'm telling you, Peter from Folgers would be comfortable there. The fire's crackling.
Good old Peter.
Bro. Brethren, you sounding real bougie.
Dog, I was Dunkin' Donuts. I was Dunkin' Donuts all day, dog.
He hates bougie.
Yeah, don't give me that. Yeah, with Jay and I had the discussion on bougie. I was like, don't be talking about my woman as bougie, man.
Yo, I love that word. That
or
word,
your woman. You were talking about your woman.
Yeah, you can make it.
Let's ask Catherine.
If I like the word,
is it cool if a dude calls you bougie, or is that not something cool?
I mean, I would need to know. I've never actually.
Yeah, so it's not really hitting you like that, right? Like,
nah.
so that means you're not bougie because you've never heard it, right?
I mean, I've heard the word, but I guess I've never been called it. So
all right, let's use it in a sentence. Koki-Man, use bougie in a sentence for Catherine to describe A bougie woman. We're gonna hip you to it.
Catherine, you're good. Don't worry. Pro Lyrical is the only bougie one in this.
No, that's not official. That's not where I was going. That is an unofficial official sponsor.
Bougie is negative.
What's that? You're right.
Bougie is negative.
That's where I'm coming. Jay was using it as a term of endearment
watch
almost to his woman.
Watch how I say it.
Yeah, use it in the sentence.
The thing about Jay is that he will make anything sound so good. You're
oh
like,
my God, it's so true. Yeah, he says words in the wrong place that sound freaking brilliant. I'm like, I never thought of using like delicate to mean like, jagged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be like, it's like brilliant. Yeah.
Look, my girl is so damn bougie, and I love it because she gets her nails done, she gets her hair done, and she should be able to keep herself up. And that to me it's like there's levels of bougie. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, she bougie.
Wouldn't we just say that's self-maintenance though, and taking care of herself and making sure she's got good health? Like, I mean, I would do that. Like, okay, well, you already said I'm bougie.
That's an example, but so like now you're adding on to the pile. Like, get the new bag, get the shoes, get the new thing, right? So if my girl wants it, she gonna get it.
See, I'm with Catherine a little bit on this. She's taking it as a negative, and I know you don't know the definition, but
where I grew up, I could be wrong. Maybe there's multiple different terms, but a bougie was like somebody who wore or had like would wear a certain type of clothing or something like that, but like, how do I explain this? They probably didn't have the means for it, but like would also
okay. I know you're going.
Would make you feel like you're less of a person. Yeah.
I know what you're saying. We're the crazy designer stuff, but they're sleeping on their mom's couch. Yeah. But that's not really
extra. That's a good word.
Yeah, that's not really bougie. Would be like, I mean, you're heading in the right direction though. I think. I mean, I'm gonna use it in my sentence.
To me, bougie is son.
Look at her acting all bougie. Right, like it would be derogatory in that way because, as Catherine's pointing out, it's like someone who doesn't really have the right necessarily to be acting that way, but does anyways. Right, who's like stuck up around their own family and going to let them know that I'm better than you, kind of thing. Even though you know that you go to Dunkin' Donuts too when no one's looking. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like to bring it all back.
I guess in my head, I'm thinking I put diva and bougie like in the same.
See, I'm not. See, that's what I'm trying to hip you to, dog. I'm like, I don't know.
Maybe let's take the negative concept and switch it over.
He does that so well, though. He does that to everything. He makes the things that are like he'll say like Godzilla and I mean friendly baby. You know what I'm saying?
S-U-N and S-O-N, right? Bougie, the way you spelled it, and bougie, B-O-O-S-H-I-E or Y, whatever you want.
Listen, the way I've seen it with bouginess, they usually like high maintenance and like really
maintenance
and cocky and conceited.
Yeah,
and it's like, ooh, she bougie.
Yeah, you can't tell her anything. Yeah. It's always her though. You don't hear people call dudes bougie though. That's my thing. Like with me, like I always hear it thrown at women. Like a woman doesn't have the right. See, I'm sticking up for the women here. Is what I'm really doing. This ain't about you, Catherine. This ain't. I ain't posing just because you're here. I'm like, because I was offended by Jay. I was like, no, I was offended by, but I was like, you saying bougie? I was saying, because I just know what would happen if I say it to mine. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I know. I just know that. For me, I've never heard a dude called that word. And whenever I hear words that are assigned to one person that don't have any right being assigned, I'm like, why do people say that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my woman's bougie. You never hear someone say, yo, Koki-Man's bougie.
You know why being an MC?
That's right, architect. You know.
Wordsmith. Look, I like the way bougie sounds, so I'm going to make that shit work for me.
And you a sound dude like that.
I need that, yeah. Bougie
this dude can say words. Just like you have, it's just not only you don't hear him in that context, the way he says it, like he will sell the word. You're waiting for the adjective to come in that means lovely, and he puts in a word that has like it'll be like construction truck, and just the way he says it, he's like, yo, She comes through with that
It's like
construction
just
truck.
so
And I'm like,
smooth.
yo, that's so dope. I never thought of saying construction truck to mean like suave and elegant. You know what I'm saying? And it's like perfect. I'm like, yo, dude is a genius at that. You know, here in my thinking that when I want to say smooth or whatever, you know, I'm going to be like Cadbury bar. You know what I'm saying? And Jay's like, nah, Heath Crunch. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and it works. It works all the time. It's like a skill. I've never seen that before.
That's funny. I like that topic. That's a good topic.
It's
Either
not,
way.
that's never changed.
Yeah,
Look,
we gotta ask people out there, like, yo, do you use bougie as a term of endearment, or do you use bougie when your girl's not looking? Like, that's what I want to know.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want.
It's just like the Italians when they say, forget about it.
I mean, it's woman like
the
Trump. Bye.
Same kind of thing, man. That's
Yeah,
how
man.
I look at words. It's all in how you feel
It's how you
behind
mean
what
it.
you say.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
When you back it up, if someone ever said to me like you did the other day, you're like, yo, I'm offended by it. But I'm like, yo, no, that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing is not what you say, is how you say it.
Right.
Yeah.
What's
You gotta
behind the
always be
feeling.
conscious of how you're saying something. The projection of the way that individual go and take it, how they feel, and the projection of how you bringing it across. Not so much what to say. Even though words got meaning, you also got to know what it means, because you could say really nice, but it might be some condescending stuff behind it.
Listen,
I'm getting with the
words you just
I know you just called me a dingleberry. It sounds good, but I ain't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's exactly what you do in your music,
I don't
Koki,
know.
too,
I
because
mean-
we don't know half the time. We're like, that sounds
No.
dope. Sounds real good. And then you listen back and they're like,
And the language.
yeah, man. It's what we do, man. It's what we do. Yo.
I think we need these boys getting on. We kind of passed our little due date.
Oh yeah, our little due date is passed. So we were having so much, fun. Like, and
We
that's the
always
thing.
do.
Yo, if you're just checking us out, hopefully you understand that we just talk to each other like we talk to each other if the camera wasn't on. Essentially, that's what we kind of do up here. Try to bring through guests. Try to bring through, people that are amazing talent like Koki-Man or whatever. Whatever your art actually is, whether it's visual art, music art. Of course, we're hip hop, and we're gonna let you hear our music, the behind the scenes. We lift the curtain, but at the same time, we were saying that echo's killing me. We were saying sometimes we'll venture off into the serious, right? And we'll try to get back to this is a release for all of us in this crazy world. In a crazy time, you see what people are doing, right? They're going crazy with their decorations like before it was Thanksgiving this year. You know what I mean? People are trying to bring some cheer in the house. Yo, get an NJ wreath design. Wreath, by the way. The wife, who's not bougie, makes those. And that is a bougie wreath, but she is not bougie, right? That's a beautiful wreath. See what I did there?
Yo, that wreath is mad bougie,
That wreath
bro.
is cozy are we.
You ain't
fact,
messing with that wreath. See, you ain't messing with that wreath.
in fact, I just went down to the garage, right? And by the way, there's a dude in my house who's doing garage work before I came up here. 3 hours working on the garage door because, by the way, behind the scenes even more, we bought the place not too long ago. We had been renting for a few years. We're like, yo, we're going to buy this place. The place we rented, we ended up buying. And, of course, the garage door thing, as soon as we bought it, was like, whoosh, the heater system, whoosh, right after we bought it. So now we're good. But I'm in there, and that's where she hangs all the wreaths. She got the whole wreath. It's like a workshop in the garage. So I was like, I need a holiday festive wreath for the people out there because we got to bring in the cheer, man. I don't know if you all celebrate Christmas or whatever, but it's like we got to bring it. We got to get that cheer.
Wreaths are a big deal. I just started getting into wreaths.
Absolutely. You make them or you
No,
make...
I'm not that creative.
Gotcha.
But just I'm like, I need a wreath for every.
What do you think that would set you back? What do you think that would set you back?
I can't. You got to bring it closer. I can't really see it. I don't know if I'm. Oh, I love that.
This is riveting television right here. This is live wreath display. Comfy, cozy are we?
See, it's way better when you can pull
Look
it.
at the bow.
That's so nice. She made that.
She makes it.
Handmade.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's so nice.
Yeah, she does. But something like that, I think. I mean, I don't even know. I make it like I know all the stuff.
I mean,
know some
I've
of
bought
them-
wreaths before, and they're pricey.
Yeah, I think this one is probably in the 80 to 100 range. I don't know, but
Yeah,
a lot of
that
her
sounds
wreaths. I just remember when I saw the wreath prices for the first time, And she was like, "Oh yeah, making a wreath or whatever." She did them with her mom for a long time, and her mom passed, and it was kind of like this therapeutic thing that she was doing. But they're beautiful, right? They're amazing. We got a whole house of them when she's not doing the shows, and she sells them online. She's taking the pictures every day, right? People buy these wreaths, they're like $125, right? It's like $55, $100. I'm like, yo, that's what a wreath cost. But I know how long it takes her to make it, and I'm like, yo, that should be like $300. Like I know, you know what I mean?
Right,
it's like giveaway almost compared to how long you put in it. But now she's a little quicker with it, whatever. But get yourself a bougie wreath. NJ Design, unofficial official sponsor. Nah, I'm playing, but I just want to cheer up. I'm not buy a wreath, of course.
Yeah,
but
definitely buy a wreath, boys.
But definitely, we got the tree downstairs. It's early decoration time. If you're doing the Christmas thing out there, man, the neighborhood is looking real green and red, and I'm cool with that. I go on the record that we did the whole Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks thing. I go on the record if you were before or an after Thanksgiving person with the decorations, because I was right there with the I want to beat you in the head if you're putting up the decorations like on like November 15th or something like that. But now in this world, I'm like, yo, it was like November 15th. I was like, yo, where's the tree? You know what I mean?
You know what's an interesting debate actually I was having with my siblings the other day was the color scheme of Christmas. I know like people have their own ways. And I just, I like the white lights, but I like color at the same time on the tree. Some people personally just like blue. Or I'm not like it was kind of a deal like, oh, and this my sister's boyfriend is
Catherine
Italian,
Morrill, by the way, interior decorator. People do not know that yet. We have not mentioned that.
I
but
do.
Decorator,
Yes,
so.
that would be my dream.
Yep.
He's Italian. He's like, well, Italians, they do blue, but I've never seen that before. But I don't know. Maybe that's like a thing. Would you like blue all over your tree or outside lights, or is it just like, do you like the colorfulness? Do you just like the white lights?
I did a white tree with blue lighting one year.
Oh yeah. Actually, that's
cool.
True.
I mean,
that's
that
very
way
true.
works. Yeah, I mean, but
I didn't like the damn with the 75 million colors on it, man. That's corny to me. I don't like
here's the other thing, like where you going with this, right? And I don't mind running over with this, right? People need to hear this, right? So I come from I'm half Greek, right? So my Greek side of I don't know if you've ever been to a Greek church, but it's kind of like as a kid, it's like when you go to Orthodox church, it's like you feel like the devil's gonna show up there. Like it's dark, right?
Oh, wow.
It's like, oh yeah, like a Greek priest like looks like cousins of Satan, right? It's like it's scary, big like, and they got that evil eye and everything. If you don't know, you don't know. But people that do know, my Greek people out there that know, you were scared when you went to church as a kid, right? But anyways, what I was saying is, from Lowell City I'm from, and Koki-Man knows this. Lawrence is very similar. Puerto Rican culture, Greek culture, in a lot of the islands, and any of the ethnic cultures that have come into like the area we're from, Lowell, Lawrence, all that. It's an ethnic melting pot of loud and gaudy, right? Like we're some loud and gaudy cultures, right? And I am gaudy. I am like, yeah, I'm cool with the bright lights and the big bulbs and the ugly Christmas kind of stuff, But I've been experiencing the whole suave thing now, and I'm kind of like, oh, a white wreath on the door would look nice. With the white light shining up on, and I'm like, who am I? Where am I turning? But my true allegiance lies with the messy 1978 Christmas. You know what I'm saying? With the garland and the give me the plastic Santa in the front yard. Santa's a little weird, but I'm like everything else. Like give me the elf. Like I'm good with that. I want to know what people think. Like, is it gaudy Christmas or is it classic bougie Christmas? That's what I want.
I was gonna say those words are very similar.
Bougie and what?
Gaudy.
Oh yeah. I mean, they have something. It's
There's some very similar designs.
I'm an '80s baby, man, and like I was born in the '70s, but I'm an '80s baby, and Christmas in the '80s, man, was like literally this. I mean, it was, what was that? Bill Murray or whatever the movie was with the Christmas it was like that. Houses look like that. We got one of those houses out here. It won the decoration one. It was on that show. I can't remember the name of the show where they compete with their neighbors. Yo, this house is crazy. They have a whole radio station in their front lawn where they broadcast. It's a pirate radio station where they broadcast Christmas songs 24/7, and the whole house looks like it's like a nuclear bomb. It's so bright. It's just off the chain, and I'm just like, because come from that, Lowell, deck out your house would just look ridiculously gaudy, over the top. And like, to me, yeah, that's give me that commercial gaudy Christmas, man. I'm good with it. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I like a good. Oh, Chevy T, I saw that. I like a good color scheme. You know what I mean? That's, I guess, my MO.
So you're smooth, is what you're saying?
Well, my girl's smooth. I just follow.
No, she's bougie, man. Let's keep it
That's
real.
right.
Let's keep it real to your word, man.
Damn bougie.
No,
She's so damn.
I don't feel that. I'm just.
It's there's certain times and places.
80s Christmas was no joke.
She's
Man.
particular, and I give my input. I say, let's just try to stick with a couple colors. Then she'll show me the colors, and I say, well, I like this color and that
Koki-Man.
color. Put it together.
We know what your house is looking like right now, man. We know if you got the decorations in there. We know what side you're leaning on. Come on, homie. Is it a gaudy Christmas? Is it a bright light and bulb Christmas? If you do Christmas, it's probably a little Rasta Christmas in there. I don't know if you're celebrating or whatnot, but you know what I mean in the neighborhoods we're from. You know what I'm saying? It's like bang.
I love driving by some of the people that really go all out on their yards.
Yeah.
But like in a non I guess messy way. Like it's so clean that you're like, wow, I can't stop staring at this. You got
to be like this.
You're like, this is
wow.
Wonderland.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where your eyes start bleeding and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what's crazy, because clearly we all know that, because remember, our audience, we know Santa's real. But because Santa's real, it's crazy this year with COVID and Santa. Like, have you thought about that yet with kids? Like, are you gonna find a mall Santa? Like, I don't know about that this year. Like, is there such thing as a mall Santa this year?
I think
there are, dog.
They are doing it, right?
They are doing it in some places. Like we got like Santa, the Santa, right? Like the Santa who comes all the time, like that legit Santa who's got like that red vest with the gold on. The Santa, who I affectionately call him. Our picture last year with our son with Santa, and the year before, it's the same Santa, same vest, like Santa, like North Pole Santa, right? So he is so in demand that the DC mall at the Pentagon, right? With Pentagon big mall it's a big mall as you come into DC. He's always there, but he's also at a couple other malls because he's on the world tour, right? And he gets it all done in like a week because, of course, Santa can do that. But this other mall already listed, they're like, yo, Santa's coming. And not the Pentagon Mall, because they're like not crazy. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to put 1,000 kids on this dude's lap and think that this dude, is he going to wear a mask the whole time? Is he going to have a special beard on? Like, how do you break that to your kid too? That, oh, sorry, we can't, because I'm like, I don't think it's going to happen. But they're claiming they have some kind of way to keep it environmentally safe and healthy.
Santa the only one that got the vaccine, my dude.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
On,
yeah. I mean, he's on Trump status. He gets it rolls up with the trucks. And
he got it before Trump.
Yeah, the elves don't even have masks and anything. They're driving them around. They're like, yeah, we'll take a bullet for you.
Just hang around.
Santa OG. That's right. It's Santa.
Santa's magical.
He does have magical properties, right? No, I got you.
Exactly.
I got you. But I'm for real though. Like, what do you do with your kids?
There's a whole heap of elves that just put it back in and just ship it up.
That's it. That's it.
That's right now.
But yo, have you thought about this yet? These are the things that stress me out. I've been thinking about how's that third picture gonna be up on the mantle? Yo, I don't think it's coming this year. Like, am I wrong?
That's not gonna be for me.
It's like, how do you do
that?
I
did last year. We had Remy, what, two years in a row, I think.
Your girl's like young, dog. I mean, she's gonna be like,
she's 3. She's
Santa.
Gonna be What is she 3? I don't even know. 3 and 8.
I was about to tell you your daughter's age, but I didn't want to do it. I was like,
she's about to be 3.
That's like she's not quite there, right? Yeah.
Time be going quick, bro.
Dog.
I don't even know how old I am, so I don't even sweat that.
Yeah. I don't even want to talk about that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to talk about how we forget things and all that stuff.
But yo, look, Koki-Man, we got to have you back. Kath, first, actually, let's go back to Koki-Man. It was an amazing pleasure meeting you, my brother, and we definitely going to be talking. We got to get you on that ProQuo tip.
Absolutely.
And it was really cool.
ProQuo Co.
Yeah, and of course, Kath, cousin Kath.
Thanks for having me.
I'm gonna be hitting you with the invite so you can make your special appearance here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Show you pretty fast.
Yo, we want, whenever you come on, we want stalker updates. We hopefully there's no update.
I hope not either.
Let's call it dog updates, right?
Yeah, dog updates.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we gotta get a picture. You gotta get us a picture of the dog
sooner
or later because it's not official until we see the dog. Then it's like
I know she's so little, she's gonna get big so quick.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like these kids. You look at the pictures from year to year. It's like, what? How did this happen?
I know, man. 3 years for my daughter already. It's like, what the hell?
I know. I can't believe that either.
Yeah,
I remember the day we found out. We're like, what? So excited.
I was like, what? Yo, I went great.
Santa's for people with money, architect, bro. Yeah, this year it's got to be deep. You got to be making long trips. Like, oh, you want to take a picture with Santa? We going to the North Pole. We got to find a mall that is down with, masking. I should pull it up next time, man. That'll be the real sponsor. We'll be like, Simon's, this mall figured out a way to make it COVID safe. I don't know if it's just. I don't know how they do it, but I'm cool with, okay, I'll deal with, maybe my son's school is going to be coming back or whatever. We'll figure that out, right? It's not all that bad for kids. But it's bad when 1,000 kids are sitting on your lap and then you're sitting with 1,000 other kids. Like, that can't be safe. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Even if the percentage is 1%, right? It's like, you got 1,000 people, you're going to have 10 people sitting on your lap that actually have COVID. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I just want to answer Angela question. She keep asking me a question. She keep, and I deal with them. It's not a big thing over here, so we focus more on the birthday. We know them thing is it is what it is.
For Christmas,
yeah, we're having fun, we're joking around, but what it is over here, so yes, what it's like for me is not much, to be honest. It's just a family vibe, but we don't really get into it, and I don't want to get controversial, and I don't want to hurt no feelings or nothing like that. But you asking me, and my truth, I gonna tell you, is simple and nothing really I go on. Real. So respect to anyone who I deal with it, but when you're asking me, I have to give you my truth, really and truly. So I just notice you keep asking that, and Angela, I see you. I don't want not answer it and then go on and be like, oh, Koki never answered my question. So you don't know.
You can still.
Until you go to a quinceañera.
Right.
Okay?
Right. You don't.
Yeah, so watch out. I have children, right? I'm a family man. I have children. They learn. The birthday, anything you want for your birthday, I give it to you. That's me. This is me. No disrespect in all aspects. That's me. I will give them as much as we can with the family. My Empress, same way. The whole family, we come together and we just do what we can on the birthday. We honor people's birthday because that's the day where you was given life. You come out and we celebrate that. We honor that. But anything where is, for me, for my vision, my eye vision, anything that comes to capitalism and, taking your money around this time and this and that and I don't get too involved in that. Quo, you mentioned, like me as an artist, I have to invest the money in my products, my family, my things. So there's more important things for me than just the gift aspect. The gift aspect is life. So I celebrate life, everything life, birthdays, so like today, my brother Light Visible is his birthday. Big up. My brother David Munoz, big up. Happy Earth Day, so I celebrate life. I'm from the ghetto, man. I come from the slums. We don't have no chimney. So you're telling me somebody gonna come for a chimney I don't have? Not real, man. For real.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with the illusion and this disillusion of what go on. Really. Yeah. So I just want to give you my truth and really answer that in the whole aspect of Koki-Man and them things. So. But I don't mean no disrespect to anyone.
Yeah, absolutely, but there's no Christmas album coming from Koki-Man, is what you're saying. It's not coming.
I could tell you this. Who them a falter them? Start with the altar them. One brainwasher with the fat man Santa. Who them a alter them?
What?
Yeah, hey, ease up. May I have a big tune called Who Them a Falter.
And here at the ProQuo Show, we're talking about doing rapogram. So let's just take it 360, right? If you need a rapogram, we might be. Nah, I hear you, man. Though on the serious tip, though, I hear you. It's always a balance. It's like that with our kids too. It's the same thing. Like in our adult life, I'm like, are you seriously celebrating Thanksgiving and not talking about Miles Standish, the rapist, murderer, killer? You know what I mean? Like, but you can't tell the kids that when they're like 4,
No,
but you sort of can. You know,
it's like Kath. You don't want to give them trauma.
Yeah.
You know, she got to pick the time. She's traumatized.
You got to pick your times, man.
And then you traumatize Thanksgiving on them thing, you know?
Yeah.
What I do is I don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't talk about it, you don't traumatize it. But if you ask me, you're going to get the real.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm a controversial artist because some people don't want to hear it. You said, what was it? Conspiracy theory level?
Yeah.
Listen, when you talk the truth, people try to, they want what's the word I'm looking for? They want make it less factual by saying it's a controversy theory, you know? Mm. So anytime that you're talking truth.
Oh, we needed to get you the test, man. I know we needed to get you the test.
Anytime they talk in truth, they want to decredit it by saying it's a controversial theory. Well, a theory is something that cannot be proven. If I'm giving you actual fact that is proven, it's not a controversy. So, Bumbo, move your ass out because that is the truth. The truth cannot be tampered, mixed, nor diluted with. A theory is a theory. It hasn't been proven. So it's not a controversial theory if I can prove my truth. Respect.
I'm with you. Man. You know, I just happen to be behind the scenes over here pulling up the ProQuo 20 question, you know, really do the calculator. I'm wondering if the people want to know if Koki is willing to take the test, the 20 question test. Do the people want Koki to take the test though? That's what we gotta know. Are the people still hanging out there? Are they down with the show? Are they trying to hear Koki-Man take the test, man? It's got 20 questions, and all you gotta do is give us a yes or no. And so we're gonna give you a score of how high up the meter you are in terms of how real these particular theories are for you. And everybody's taking the test so far. We're gonna have to get Catherine on the test as well too. But so far, so far the guests have come through on it. So I don't know.
Let's do it.
You down with that?
I got 5% battery. Y'all need to run through it like you.
Oh man, I might be lying about how I have it already here too. I'm not even sure I have it already. I'm sure I can see it, but I don't know if Koki-Man's gonna have it ready. But while I'm fishing behind here, y'all guys can be talking your pleasantries here.
Respect.
And I'll be looking. So let me see what I can do here. But you guys can.
Yeah. So this is an interesting topic because we touch upon the conspiracy theories here and there. I think we had one show where we talked about it a little more in depth, but I think we will eventually have just legit one episode that's 100% conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bring up some interesting people.
We know who some of them guests will be.
We definitely do. We got a couple in mind.
They're deep. They're deep up in it.
I didn't realize I was such a conspiracy theorist, but I really am.
Oh, you're heavy. You're heavy up on that. No, that's fine, man. I mean, because to Koki-Man's point, man, everything has to start out a theory. You know what I'm saying? And like people will give
it's proven factual, and then it's no longer theory; it's facts.
Right. But then the truth. So the truth line too. It's like that. How much do we know about the truth is the real question, because like seeing is believing, right? But then it's like some things just seem to make so much sense, unless it's completely outrageous.
So give me one. Which one makes sense?
Okay, so when
you're on the line now, boy.
The pyramids, no. I'm going to give you a great example. The pyramids, right?
Oh, I was just thinking about that one.
Okay, so the pyramids, we know 100 million billion slaves could have did that. And then it's like aliens, pyramids, just those two. Do they exist? Listen, dinosaurs existed. That's pretty alien to me, right? We got bones showing us dinosaurs, facts. So it's like aliens, they do exist, and we just have to deal with it. Maybe not on Earth. They might not exist on Earth. They could. And it could be military, definitely with the UFOs. I believe a lot of that too.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah. Fact.
Right now they're teaching that anybody who's supposedly not born in Ya, right? And when I say in Ya, America, they call them what? Illegal aliens. So if you want to say they exist, they exist. You're looking at all of us, because all of us have roots from out of America. Yeah. And I'm going to leave it alone. Mm-hmm. Think of that. Let it marinate like sazon and adobo. You got it.
That's a beautiful point.
Like sazon and adobo. Absolutely.
Put that on there, man. Put that Goya. We need some Goya.
Let that curry marinate. Let that dirt just go on.
Yeah, I had some jerk chicken last week, man.
I think I have a way to do this. It isn't.
You have to think about what we're dealing with. They say UFO is what? An unified flying
object. Yeah.
Anything that you see a bird and you never see it before is a UFO until you identify what kind of bird that is. Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah.
You can't get too caught up in on and mixed up on the.
Yeah, it's the conspiracy level is what I'm talking about. It's that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, how far are you gonna go down the rabbit hole without facts, right? Without the truth, without the facts. But
we're about to go down that rabbit hole right now.
You just said it. Oh, you just said it. If you have the facts, you won't go down the rabbit hole. Going down the rabbit hole is a rabbit who don't know the facts, so he's gonna go down the rabbit hole searching for what he does not know.
I see that. Absolutely. All right, so let's go down. Let's go down the rabbit hole. I made it work here. This is what we do in hip hop, right? So this isn't the way it usually scrolls through or whatever. But I
you better run through it, man. My phone acting up.
All right, let's go. So Koki, 20 questions, yes or no. You can't ask for any clarification.
Whoa! I've been talking a lot. You go first.
Wow, why did he? I didn't say anything about conspiracy. I'm gonna listen.
Cap, you're not gonna do this with a guess.
Wait, y'all can see this, right? Y'all can see this.
Go for it. Warm it up. You good?
I don't. Right. Do I? What do I do?
Yes
I just say yes or no.
No. I don't. No.
Not a solid yes or no.
No. We got to shut that down. No, we got to have Koki go first.
What?
Yeah, because I know his conspiracy background. We don't want him to be tainted. So the thing is that Catherine's gonna see these because she's gonna be coming back up, and we gotta have Koki start it out so that he's not.
Come on, I'm giving you a shot here, sister. Come.
You're just trying to weasel your way out of this. You got it.
No. I don't mind doing it. Trust me.
Come on, Koki.
All the questions. I hope I answer your question in the fullness thereof. Respect and architect. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, same way.
All right, you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
20 questions, just yes or no. All right, so here it comes. Aliens exist.
It depends on how you.
No, you got to give me yes or no.
No.
Yes.
No.
No. All right. Aliens have visited Earth.
No.
Lizard people exist. JFK was not shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. He was not shot by Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's not fair. I can't prove that. Skip.
MLK was not shot by James Earl Ray.
I don't know the science behind that one either.
Okay. Pizzagate is true.
What?
Pizzagate. Have you heard of Pizzagate?
Pizzagate? Please clarify.
All right, so Pizzagate is the theory that it started with the idea that Hillary Clinton was running like a pedo ring out of a pizza place, and then later on expanded to the Pizzagate was this massive pedo chain in Washington D.C. And people, a guy rushed the store with like guns and everything, and found out there was no, conspiracy. There was no pizzas there was no pedo chain, and it was just a pizza place, and that was basically it.
Was a pizza something else?
No, but I don't want to taint you. I'm just saying factually it is not. No, but there's a lot of belief still. So all right, but you kind of got to know them. So we'll count them all as no until you say yes.
All right, we're gonna put for the unknown one. We're gonna put
what?
Yeah, Trump is a Russian. Trump is basically a Russian covert operative as a patsy.
A patsy? What's a patsy?
Patsy's like, he's basically like working with the Russians. Like he's basically a mouthpiece for the Russians.
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know.
All right, that's a yes. Obama and them. Oh, I almost Rost on. Obama and them didn't kill bin Laden.
A spy.
They actually didn't kill bin Laden. He's going with real intellectual thinking here. You're supposed to rattle him off, man.
All right. Obama didn't kill bin Laden. No, he did not kill him.
He did not. Okay, Trump is a pedo ring warrior. He's fighting against all the pedos out there, and that's really what he's doing, and people don't know that.
What pedo? What's that?
That's a no. Okay, pedophiles. So it's kind of a Pizzagate.
You see how him talk about his own daughter? Nah, man.
Right. A massive pedo ring exists in the U.S. government.
You see the sentence they give them compared to someone who's selling drugs.
So that's a yes or a no?
That's yes.
Yes, okay. You are an anti-vaxxer, meaning you will not take a vaccine.
You got me.
That's a yes. Plandemic is a thing.
Yeah, man.
Okay. You're counting these, Jay. You know. You on these. 5G towers cause corona.
What? What kind of idiot? Nah, man.
That's my man. Corona was man-made.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you were going with that one. Tupac is alive?
Thug life.
So he is or he isn't?
I think he is. Yeah.
So when you say thug life, it means he's alive. Okay.
He's
thug
alive.
death. All right.
You know how to, double jeopardy that.
So thug life. Okay, so he's alive. I got you. Illuminati is active. That's a yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going with a yeah. I know you too well. Jay-Z or Rick Ross is in Illuminati. It's his birthday, man. Be careful.
I would say one of the two of them, not two.
All right, that's a yes. CIA put cocaine in the hood. Crack in the hood. CIA.
How else would it get there?
All right. I knew you were coming with that one. We did not land on the moon in the 60s.
Ooh. That's a good one.
You're thinking too much, man.
That is a good one.
You know what you think on this.
No, man.
All right. 9/11 was an inside job.
Come on.
Ooh.
I know he's going with yes on this.
Yes.
I know he's going with yes on this. All right. That was a yes, right?
Yeah, man.
All right. So how many yeses did we get, Jay?
He had to, I think his phone died.
Oh, did you catch him by any chance?
Me?
Catherine?
No.
Ah, man. Well, he's probably out there watching. So he's probably watching. We're going to have to run it back. Don Juan, did you catch how many he got? I was thinking he was around 8. I don't know. Maybe 7. You muted too. What you got, Don Juan?
These are hard.
They are, man.
Yeah.
You got to be ready when you come up.
You're next.
You got to be ready when you come up.
Pretty tough for me too.
Yeah,
I couldn't keep count, but I think you're about right, Pro.
I think it was 7 or 8. I think he had about 8. So if we run through them one more time, I think he gave us his first yes came in very late though. I think his first yes was Trump is a Russian patsy. I think we came with the yes on that.
Patsy, I like that. That's a good bar comment now. My bar friends, and you're not safe. You might be a patsy.
Yeah, patsy's a tough word.
Yeah.
You are an anti-vaxxer. Was that a yes?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a yes. Plandemic is a thing. That was a yes. No, you were a no on anti-vaxxer, weren't you?
No, man.
Okay.
What do you mean? Like,
so you will take a vaccine or you won't?
Won't.
This is that's a future question, or you have?
No, it can be current. No, it doesn't have to do with necessarily the COVID. So you won't take a vaccine, so you are an anti-vaxxer. Okay, so that's a yes. So it's 2 yeses. Plandemic is a thing. That was 3 yeses. Corona, he laughed at. Corona was man-made. He said yes. Tupac is alive. He said yes. That's 4. Illuminati's active. That was yes. Jay-Z, Rick Ross was a yes. That's 6, right? CIA, that was a yes. We did not land on the moon. What did you say? You were on the fence with that.
I said no.
They did not land on the moon, or they did?
In the 60s?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know what I said. I think I might have said.
Because I mean, on record, it is of course that we did. We did. Okay, I think it was no. And 9/11 was an inside job. That was a yes. So that was. I think he's 7. It might have been 8. We'll have to play back.
I think it's 8. I think you're right.
I think it's 8. All right. I think you're 8. All right. Cool. We got your number. So your number comes in higher than me, lower than Jay. Jay was way up. Jay was up around, I want to say Jay was messing around with like 13. He's chiming in though, so maybe he can correct me. Jay, was it 13, man? I came in at a 3, I believe. I came in at a 3.
Jay phone died. He plug out.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I actually made the questions, so coming in on a 3 is kind of, I don't know if that's any kind of bias or anything like that, but I tried to pick like ones that are sort of big, current kind of, you know what I'm saying, that people believe. And I was literally even using the words, like I was trying to keep with the same language, like the official.
Bro, how are you grading this?
I'm just grading yeses or nos, and I'm trying to see where people fall. We have not gathered the data and analyzed the data yet, but I'm just letting you know in terms of where you come in. You come in kind of on the moderate side.
Catherine's quiet. I'm not leaving until she do it. Quiet.
Catherine's already. See, the thing is, it's been biased and tainted. She now knows.
She's quiet. She humble. She's like.
No, I mean, I certainly know what my yeses are.
All right, let's give it to you. Ready?
Roll it, Don. Roll it.
All right, we're going.
The other ones I've never heard before, so I don't really know. But
all right, let's bring it back. All right, so aliens exist.
Yes.
Aliens have visited Earth.
Yes.
Lizard people exist.
I don't even know what those are, so no.
Like Justin Timberlake is secretly a lizard person.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Exactly. All right, JFK was not shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. It's tricky when we say not. I know you got to think about it. Is that a yes or a no? So do you believe JFK was not shot by Lee Harvey Oswald?
Hey, he lives down the street from me.
That's hard. That one's really hard because I
know that's a fence one for a lot.
That one's a hard one because I watched a lot of documentaries on. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no on that one.
So no, he was not shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. Okay, all right, cool. MLK not shot by James Earl Ray. I should just say, see, I wanted to count yeses. You know what I'm saying? To what it's doing is saying how far up you believe in conspiracies on the whole. So every time you say a yes, it's you believe in that conspiracy. So
yeah, these two are hard. So, I'm gonna say no on that one too.
Okay, so you believe the official word is basically what you're saying. Okay, Pizzagate is true.
Yeah, I don't really know what that is, so I'm gonna say. I mean, I heard what you said to him, but I have no clue.
I hate to taint it again, but again, it was all over the media as, hey, look, the Pizzagate was thing, then everybody went there and it wasn't there. The people believe in the conspiracy believe it's a deeper conspiracy now that they really hit it. You know, even though there's no basement that they said was in this building, there's actually no basement, and that's where people jumped to say that there was this conspiracy, and you know, there's really a massive pedo ring at this pizza place because they have a symbol that looks like a symbol that's close to some symbol that some pedophile I think used or some. The exact details are grainy because they are.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
You can abstain. Unless we get a yes, because to believe the conspiracy, you have to believe in it, not just be on a whim, you know, or else you don't believe in it. So if you never heard of it, it's still a no. Trump is a Russian actor. Let's say
probably.
Okay, so that's a yes. Obama and them didn't kill bin Laden.
No.
Okay. Trump is a pedo ring warrior. He's fighting to.
The pedophiles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was totally in that ring.
Okay, so he's not. So he's not a pedo ring warrior. Okay, by pedo ring warrior, the conspiracy is that by a lot of Trump fans, they say that Trump's lifelong, you know, kind of like not lifelong, but his goal since he's been in the office is to secretly out all of these pedophiles that are in the government, and he's basically draining the swamp of pedos, and that the rest of us aren't necessarily seeing this that he's doing, but this is his deep plan. And so if you say yes to that, you're saying, yeah, I believe Trump is secretly out there waging a pedo ring war. Not that he is a pedo. We're saying that he is like raging a war against them. These were all hugely, at the time when we were putting this together, that was like more on the front burner, but I get that that's kind of back burner right now.
Then I don't know about that one because I don't, I mean, if you said.
Yeah, we only count them though if you know and you're
yes, I don't really know about that one.
All right. See, if you were really, really up in your conspiracy theories, you'd be like, bang, yeah, oh yeah, I'm you are an so you will take a vaccine or you won't. And I don't mean if it's not safe and untested. I mean in general, especially like before COVID. You know, like do you think vaccines will give you could potentially get you sick and you won't get your kids vaccinated or something like that?
No, I would say I would probably do vaccination.
Gotcha. Plandemic is a thing. No, can't do depends on plandemic.
Oh, sorry, I missed that one.
So it means that the pandemic is really a plandemic. It was a planned thing to spread across the world and get everyone sick. And you had time to think.
I know, I did. I don't know about that one either.
All right, that's kind
because people died, and that's really, really sad.
Absolutely. 5G towers cause corona?
I don't know about that one either.
All right. Corona was man-made?
Yes.
All right. Tupac is alive?
Definitely.
You guys are wishful thinking on that one. All right. Illuminati. You guys are Tupac fans. Is all that is. Illuminati is active?
Yes.
Jay-Z or Rick Ross is in the Illuminati.
Yes, and happy birthday, Jay-Z.
CIA, absolutely. CIA put cocaine in the hood.
Yeah.
We did not land on the moon in the 60s. If you say yes, you agree we did not land on the moon in the 60s. Okay. 9/11 was an inside job.
Sadly, I believe so.
All right. There we have it. I don't know if anyone was counting because I sure as heck was trying and I lost count. And I'm a math person. 9?
I didn't count either. Oh, thank you.
Was it 9?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 8, even in my mental go back. But all right, cool.
So
remember, yeses. We're only going with yeses.
You skip one on the massive pedal ring exist in U.S.
She didn't know about that. She didn't know about the. Oh yeah, you're right though. I didn't ask you that. Is there a massive pedal ring? And by ring, by the way.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So
that's 10.
Got you. Okay, cool. All right, so she's a 10. So she still comes in. She's in the Cruz family with the J. Cruz bloodline. Definitely higher than Koki-Man, but she is not catching J. Cruz for any time. His reign is safe right now. But we have I think somebody scored higher than him. I'm gonna have to check the archives, and that's where we're at. So yeah, congratulations for taking the test.
Cool. That's actually more insight I can look into. Some things I had no idea about.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about conspiracies when we first came up and what people believe, what they don't. And every now and then we like to talk about one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like put them out there and be like, yo, let's talk about the Illuminati. You know what I mean? And we like Jay was saying, we've been talking about going more down that path. So we're gonna start pulling a couple of them. We don't want to make the whole show that because it gets deep and heavy, but we do want to kind of explore them because people are talking about them. We want to talk about them. I'm kind of, I'm on the science end of the background. I've written articles about conspiracy theories and that kind of stuff, and still do a lot of research in that area. I'm fascinated by which ones we believe and which ones we don't, and why, and then how that informs us in our day to day, and like how we think about each other and how that plays into our music. I mean, hip hop is massively entrenched in hip hop conspiracy theories. They're all over the place, right? So I grew up with hip hop and grew up with many of these conspiracy theories. I call myself jokingly a recovering conspiracy theorist, where so many of the ones that I used to believe in, I no longer believe in, for various reasons. Maybe because I'm being brainwashed by the scientists or whatever, but I probably would have been about a 15 on that at one point in my life, and I'm probably a 2 to a 4 probably at this point. But yeah, that's just me personally. But I can be swayed. I'm open to if conspiracies turn out to be factualities, I'm there. But and I get it too. We don't know, like Koki-Man's point. We don't have all the things to go on. We sometimes just have to go with our best gut feeling when there's nothing else there. I tend to not go on when I'm saying something is true, like saying yes. I tend to be much more cautious and be like, I can't say yes to that, And that's what's tough about this, because there's no gray area. It's just yes and no.
Knowledge is best found when searched by yourself and not dictated by others. So when you're researching something with no distractions, you can find the truth. The mountain is steep, but you still have to climb. So if you're searching it yourself, then you're fine. But if someone's kind of force feeding
throwing it into you,
then that's when the conspiracy and all these things start to happen, because then it's a propaganda at that point. You're dealing with propaganda. So when you're dealing with truth and when you're dealing with information, you have to look at it from an outside of the box, right? Not an inside force fed and dealing with that person's understanding, because they've researched it. So now they've come to a conclusion. You're fresh. You're in the fertile part of that, seeking quest. So in that journey, you have to have no distractions. So you have to do it for yourself. None but ourselves can free our minds. Remember that.
Absolutely. Yo, I thank you guys for being here. We rocked out for an extra hour. Yo, it was riveting.
I know.
I appreciate it.
Past my bedtime.
Don Juan behind the scenes, man, must be like, yo, what are y'all doing? Oh, they y'all going crazy. He's like, nah, I'm good. He's
Don on the boards and dealing with the fans and interacting, and we're doing the best we can here too. But we're still interviewing and dealing with them things. But yo, big up Don. He's doing a phenomenal job for real.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, yo. I can speak the world of him, but you guys already got a little bit of taste, and check out their show. their shows follow us. We probably actually I know typically it will. I gotta synchronize schedules and figure out what the real deal is on the schedules, because I think that's chilling right now. But check out Hiphopcitizen, the website, hiphopcitizen.com. Check them out on Facebook, and check out. He's back there dancing. But for real though, they've been doing their thing for a while. We're learning from them, and they might be negative influenced by us. We appreciate to be able to negatively influence you in terms of our craziness. So we respect your game, and there it is, hiphopcitizen.com. And by the way, I gotta take credit for switching the yellow. I feel really important. I've been switching those yellow signs. It has not been all Don Juan. Well, he was holding it down early, but I just want to say I understand how to use the control, and I'm getting my Captain Kirk on, sitting in the chair, and I'm feeling like a little bit like Don Juan. But thank you, yo, Koki. We're checking for the music like always. It's a blessing, man. I look forward to working with you again.
Keep searching, because I got a whole catalog coming. It's coming. It's going to be fire, and respect to anybody and everybody who's involved, and the new people that we're bringing on, to do certain things. Kat, I know you said you're doing some acting and things like that. There's some things that we're looking for right now, some videos and things like that. Not sure what the science is or wagwan with you, but, just, reach out. We can collaborate, pro, lyrical, and even quote, collaborations as well. So, we there with people with good vibes.
We're making that happen. We're making that. I'm going to leave him with Ghetto Intellectual fading out. And, Don Juan, feel free to shut it off after a while, but I'm going to let y'all roll out and get out of here. But this is Ghetto Intellectual. This is the award-nominated track, right? We talked about. Yeah, for Best Collab. This is myself and Koki-Man, circa day 2005. Yeah, so let me turn that up. Hold on. I got you.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Some of them talk politics, me become me alma mater. Call me ghetto intellectual. Don't get me rude to them ants, because me kick up and box. Click, click, and clap. It's a pipe again like a.
The most incredible flow, so poetical. But how the 16s on tape than R. Kelly do. Dog, I'm telling you, my 32s are nasty. Got how the twin 16s and Mary Kate and Ashley. Hate me or gas me, I'm smart and I'm built. And got the hood in my hand like a cart in a milk. So pardon the guilt, I'm sorry, but not stopping until I'm head and shoulders above the rest, like I'm walking on stilts. Boston is ill, that's why we about to start up a guild through every ghetto, so our soldiers won't get lost in the field. See, lots of us fail, we about to start locking up deals and flip these bars in reverse like unlocking the jails. Market appeal, but corporate do with real big things. Still, you find me in the bricks like the 3 Lil Pigs with real big things that scream like an M16. Spit my verse, the girls scream like it's M16.
Me say me pick on me pattern, call me lyrically ignorant as I get out intellectual. Lyrical and Koki-Man, ready for gun Babylon because we lyrically intellectual. Some of them talk politics, me pick on me alma mater, call me get out intellectual. Don't get me rude to them ants, because me kick up and box. Click, click, and clap. It's a
lyrical commando, slice alone, known through handles. I'm Rambo, speaking in code, the flow's ammo. The show vandal, canceling your confidence. Scramble with the eagle in the pocket like Donovan. Dominant, all up in your streets like stickball. Lyrical forever, y'all can find me on my Griswold. Discipline, each LP, I put my business in. Businessman like PMD, rocking a fisherman. Officer, gentleman, military intelligence. Heat to make the melanin melt from right off your skeleton. Fighting terrorists with a shank in the dog. Let my gorillas out the zoo like it's Franklin Park. Y'all don't want it like George Dub, don't want peace. We dope on beats like Dub, put the dope on streets. They go the neighborhood, loaded up with Glocks and guns. Bring the hood to these blocks like the locks +1.
Me say me pick on me pattern, call me lyrically ignorant as I get out intellectual. Lyrical and Koki-Man, ready for gun Babylon because we lyrically intellectual. Some of them talk politics, me pick on me alma mater, call me get out intellectual. Don't get me rude to them ants, because me kick up and box. Click, click, and clap. It's a pipe again like a. You end up in your time and so you fade away, fade away, fade away, fade away.
Throw another 8 up on the track like my back thought my man's going back to rep the bean. Throw 3s like I'm Antoine, something to dance on. Mommies, put your hands on me up in the club with rubber dub like Boujou Banton. Putting my mans on, Koki is beast-like, more ghetto than some 3 stripes hanging from street lights. Pass the peace pipe and watch us spit it. We in your hood like 617 on your Boston fitteds.
Me say me pick up me father right, call me lyrically ignorant as I get out intellectual. Lyrical and Koki-Man, ready for gun Babylon because we lyrically intellectual. Some of them talk politics, me pick up me almatic, call me get out intellectual. Don't get me rude to them acts, because me kick up and box. Click and clap, there's a political and off. Man, you be talking twice and acknowledge who you're talking to. This is Koki-Man, a lyrical me say walking on, passing through.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Good history, lyrical.
Yeah,
for real.
man. That's that joint right there, yo.
It's an honor being here, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Anytime, man.
From the grind, from the griddle, from the beginning. Yes, I.
Looking forward to more, man. Looking forward to that music, man. Yo.
Yes, I. Stay tuned. I got big things coming for 2021. This was just a simple, light and fluffy, like snow. The real rain, lightning, and thunder coming.
We got 3 weeks of this year left, man. I'm excited to take it into Koki land, man. Into 2021, man. Great. Thank you for giving us the preview, man. We out of here.
Yo,
peace, y'all.
Rebel salute. Yeah, man. One love.